Chapter 3321 Cultivation Breakthrough, 5th Realm. Soon after, those in the 4th realm also knew that the 10-dimensional Heavenly Gate Tower was gone, and those Heavenly Gate orders had become scraps. Many people in the 4th realm are discussing who obtained the 10-dimensional Heaven Gate Tower. There are different opinions, but there is no accurate target. Yi Tian, who obtained the 10-dimensional Sky Gate Tower, silently returned to his residence in territory number 4500, and then began to study the 10-dimensional Sky Gate Tower silently. Owner. The weapon spirit of the 10-dimensional Tianguan Tower appeared and spoke respectfully to Yi Tian. Xiaoguan, where are the property of Lord Tianwei? Yi Tian asked. Master, it's at the deepest part of the 10-dimensional Tianguan Tower. Qiling Xiaoguan guided Yi Tian to the location. Boom, Yi Tian's soul and will finally found that location through the layers of dimensions of the 10-dimensional Tianguan Tower. Suddenly, Yin Huang's treasure appeared in front of his perception. There are really many treasures. Yi Tian was overjoyed. He even discovered dozens of innate multi-dimensional treasures, as well as a large number of resource treasures. Because there were so many treasures, he didn't know how to organize them for a while. Take it easy. Yi Tian classified these treasures one by one, putting the treasures that are temporarily useless to him but very precious together, the common material treasures together, and the treasures that are useful to him focus on storing and subdividing them. At this time, Qiling Xiaoguan appeared and introduced, Master, the 3 most important treasures of the previous master are these 3. The first one is the black ball, which is an object of dimensional rules. What is a dimensional rule thing? Yi Tian asked curiously. Qiling Xiaoguan explained. Master, you have already understood the rules of the first dimension, and you should be very aware of the power of the rules of the first dimension. Once you reach the rules of the first dimension, if you want to continue to understand, the normal method will not work, and it is almost impossible to make progress. The dimensional rules object is a treasure born in the 11th dimension, which can assist in comprehending the dimensional rules. Unfortunately, once this dimensional rule treasure is used to comprehend, it will be gradually consumed. The owner once owned many dimensions. All the rules and regulations have been consumed, and only this one is left, and less than half of it has been consumed. Quote. I see. Yi Tian looked at this dimensional rule treasure with a longing expression. This is good stuff. Then, Qiling Xiaoguan continued to introduce, this second treasure is the Silver Scroll. This is a treasure left by a certain 6th realm existence. It is called the Axis of Silver Mist. It records the 6 Supremes. Among them, there is 1 supreme secret skill in the 4 realms, 4 supreme secret arts in the 5 realms, and 1 supreme secret skill in the 6 realms. Can the supreme knowledge be recorded? Yi Tian was shocked. Yes, it can be recorded. Qiling Xiaoguan explained. This is the special point of the Silver Mist Axis. Of course, the supreme secrets on it are not suitable for the master. The real supreme secrets need to be understood by oneself. But with this Silver Mist Axis, the master can more easily comprehend the supreme secrets of the 5 realms. The former master was able to create the 10-dimensional heavenly sword by relying on it. Otherwise, the previous master's talent would not be able to comprehend it. The 10-dimensional heavenly sword is a 5-level supreme skill. Nice one. Yi Tian held this Silver Mist Axis and couldn't put it down. Then, Qiling Xiaoguan introduced the 3rd treasure. The 3rd treasure is this branch, the multi-dimensional silver fur. In fact, the original multi-dimensional silver fur was a complete multi-dimensional silver fur. However, a section was snatched away by the enemies of the former owner, and only this small branch was left. Its function is to assist in tempering the soul will. The former owner relied on it to raise the soul will to the 11th dimension. But now, it can only raise the owner's soul will to the limit of the 10th dimension. If he wants to step into the 11th dimension is more difficult. Quote. The 3 treasures introduced by Qiling Xiaoguan are undoubtedly the most precious among the 3 treasures, and they can be used by him. There are other treasures, some of which can assist in the attack on the 6th realm, but they have no effect on him now. What's the use? In fact, the value is not high. After all, even the master of Tianwei realm has not used these things to attack the 6th realm. It can be seen that the chance of improvement is not high. After a while, Yi Tian sorted out all these treasures. Next, he has to face a major event, which is to attack the 5th realm. He is not planning to attack here in territory no. 4500, it will be too easy to be discovered. Once discovered, those in the 5th realm will guess that he has captured the 10-dimensional Sky Gate Tower, and maybe there will be a 5th realm. Attack him and destroy his prosperity. Therefore, Yi Tian is preparing to be promoted in the 5,000 territory. Subsequently, he left the sword corridor and returned with these treasures. After all, he needed a lot of resources to attack the 5th realm, so he naturally needed these resources. Territory No. 5311. This is the new headquarters of the human race. Yi Tian is here to attack the 5th realm. He first arranged some formations, and then began to attack the 5th realm. One-dimensional rules, 100% breakthrough to the 5th realm. I saw Yi Tian using the first-dimensional rules to stabilize the extra-dimensional world in his body, and then began to promote the extra-dimensional world, thus turning the super-dimensional spring into the first-dimensional void. This is also the most perfect way to break through. After other 4th realms hit the 5th realm, the extra-dimensional realm in the body is only a half-step dimensional void. It is necessary to understand the rules of the extra-dimensional step by step, so that the half-step dimensional void can quickly transform into a real dimensional void. However, there are not many 5th realms who have truly achieved this step. Most of the 5th realms have not yet understood the rules of the first dimension and cannot transform the extra-dimensional realm in the body into dimensional void. Yi Tian directly turned the extra-dimensional realm in his body into dimensional void, and the process was extremely easy. Good Wang Jiao, boom! Yi Tian's body begins to transform. Once the transformation is completed, his body will be a dimensional body and can easily cross the 10th dimension. He continuously devoured various treasure resources and accelerated his body's transformation. One extra-dimensional era passed after another. During this period, the human race stayed away from Yi Tian's retreat. They all knew that their ancestors were reaching a higher realm and did not dare to disturb him. Yi Tian is not afraid of the 4th realm on the 5,000 territory side coming to disturb him. Not to mention the human race, there is the 4th realm. He also has other cloned bodies. Anyone who dares to disturb him is seeking death. Unknowingly, 100 extra-dimensional epochs of time have passed. This day, a terrifying aura spread from the human headquarters, affecting the entire territory number 5311, and even spreading to other territories. Suddenly, countless people know that Yi Tian has entered the 5th realm. Chapter 3322. The Black Statue turns out to be a dimensional treasure. After some more years, Yi Tian stabilized the 5th realm and then came out of seclusion. Congratulations to our ancestors for breaking through to the 5th realm. Congratulations to our ancestors for breaking through to the 5th realm. Congratulations to our ancestors for breaking through to the 5th realm. Many powerful human beings were extremely excited. This was the 5th realm. The most powerful one in the 5,000 territory was in the 4th realm, but the ancestor had broken through the 5th realm. Today, the human race has completely crushed all the forces in the 5,000 territory and has become the first overlord level extra-dimensional force. In the territory of number 5,000, the 4th realm among the super-dimensional forces such as the Jukai Chamber of Commerce, the multi-dimensional Heshan, and the immortal ancient sect came to congratulate the human race and sent a large number of gifts. They are also afraid that the human race will destroy them. They have also been to territory number 4,000 and know how powerful the 5th realm is. Even in territory number 4,000, the 5th realm is the top existence. They have never seen the 5th realm, but they can imagine that after Yi Tian breaks through the 5th realm, his strength far surpasses them and he can definitely kill them easily. Therefore, they dare not offend the human race. The human race was all excited, but Yi Tian was not so excited. Even if he breaks through to the 5th realm, he is still not sure of surviving the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. His strength is still far behind, and he needs to continue to improve his strength. After 890, Yi Tian replaced all the cloned bodies into the 5th realm. After breaking through the 5th realm, my soul and will have entered the 10th dimension. The dimensional body is 10 times more powerful than the previous physical body. Unfortunately, those soul and will tempering methods are of no use to me now, and I still need to come up with a better soul and will tempering method. Later, he began to retreat again. This time, he wants to break through both the Wu Mu body and the 10-dimensional celestial body to the 4th level. At the same time, he also knows that if you want to fuse 2 innate multi-dimensional Dao bodies, you must understand the 2-dimensional rules. If you want to fuse 3 innate multi-dimensional Dao bodies, you must understand the 3-dimensional rules. According to Qi Ling Xiaoguan's introduction, his former master Tianwei Realm Master understood the rules of 6 dimensions, integrated 6 innate multi-dimensional Dao bodies, and coupled with the supreme secret knowledge of the 5 realms, he can be called invincible in the 5th realm. Therefore, when his dimensional rules become more and more powerful in the future, Sanwu's secret method will undoubtedly be of little use. But for now, it is still useful. Many of the treasures left by the Lord of Tianwei realm can enhance the innate multi-dimensional Taoist body. With the help of AFBB these resource treasures, Yi Tian easily upgraded the Black Mother's body and the 10-dimensional celestial body to the 4th level of initial entry, making his body stronger and tougher, and his strength also improved to another level. In the days that followed, Yi Tian used the multi-dimensional silver fur to temper his soul's will, but the effect was not very fast. In addition, he also uses the objects of dimensional rules to comprehend the dimensional rules. With the help of multi-dimensional wisdom light and multi-dimensional mirror, his comprehension efficiency is quite fast, but if he wants to comprehend the two-dimensional rules, it will take a long time. It's time. This day, Yi Tian took out a black statue, which was obtained from the remains of the Kuntong realm lord. It was a mere treasure left from the 3rd realm, which he had been unable to study before. Now, he is already in the 5th realm. Thinking of this treasure again, he doesn't believe that he can't research it yet. He squeezed it, but it still didn't break. Obviously the material was very extraordinary, and even the 5th realm couldn't break it. Then, he studied for a while, but still had no clue. Maybe you can ask Xiaoguan. He summoned the weapon spirit Xiaoguan and asked, Xiaoguan, do you know what this is? Qiling Xiaoguan looked at the black statue and was shocked. Master, you are so lucky to have obtained this treasure. What's this? Yi Tian's heart is full of expectations. It can be seen from Xiaoguan's tone that this is good stuff. Xiaoguan introduced. This is a dimensional treasure. A dimensional treasure is a treasure that is above the rules of dimensions. It can not only assist in understanding the rules of dimensions, but also contains the origin of the innate dimension. The origin of the innate dimension can help the 5th things that hit the 6th realm. In other words, with this innate dimension source, it will be easy for me to enter the 6th realm in the future. Yi Tian said in shock. Yes, Master, Xiaoguan said. The reason why the former master was unable to break through to the 6th realm is that he lacked the origin of the innate dimension. Otherwise, it would be easy to break through to the 6th realm. Unexpectedly, you actually obtained one-dimensional treasure. Yi Tian was also puzzled. How could the 3rd level Kuntong realm master possess this treasure? This is a treasure that has a huge effect on the 5th realm, and may even cause robbery in the 6th realm. Naturally, such good things cannot be researched in the 3rd realm. If it is researched, the Kuntong realm lord himself will rise. Master, this should be during the multi-dimensional catastrophe. Some changes occurred in the 12th dimension, causing this dimensional treasure to fall into the real dimension, and then it was obtained by the master. Otherwise, it is impossible to obtain such a treasure. Xiaoguan guessed. The 12th dimension. Yi Tian was surprised. In other words, only the 12th dimension has dimensional treasures. Well, yes, the 11th dimension has a chance of giving birth to dimensional rules, and the 12th dimension has a chance of giving birth to dimensional treasures, but it is too difficult to enter the 12th dimension. The former owner cannot enter either. Only 6th realm or extremely rare multidimensional beings can hope to enter the 12th dimension. Xiaoguan introduced. How to use it? Yi Tian asked for advice. Xiaoguan began to give instructions to Yi Tian. Use your first dimensional rules and soul will to continuously integrate into this dimensional treasure. You will feel it after a long time, and then follow the induction to continue to integrate the first dimensional rules and soul will. In the past hundreds of times, in the extra-dimensional era, you can recognize it as its owner, and then you can use it to understand the rules of dimensions. Okay, Xiaoguan, thank you very much. Yi Tian followed Xiaoguan's instructions and began to refine this dimensional treasure to identify its owner. Time passed by, and 600 extra-dimensional era years passed without realizing it. Finally, on this day, Yi Tian successfully refined and recognized this dimensional treasure. Buzz. Yi Tian's soul and will enter the internal dimension of the dimensional treasure statue. The effect of understanding the dimensional rules here was so good that he seemed to have witnessed the origin of all dimensional rules. The effect of such enlightenment far exceeds that of relying on dimensional rules. Perhaps it won't take too long for me to understand the rules of the 2nd dimension. Yi Tian said excitedly. Chapter 3323 Two-Dimensional Rules. Yi Tian also never expected that an item he obtained from a 3rd level ruins a long time ago would actually be the biggest opportunity he had ever obtained. In the following years, Yi Tian used this dimensional treasure to understand the rules of dimensions, and at the same time used various resources to improve his 2 innate multi-dimensional bodies, striving to upgrade these 2 innate multi-dimensional bodies to the 4th level of perfection. Realm. As for cultivation, you can only do it slowly, there is no way to improve quickly. When you reach the 5th realm, it is too difficult to improve your cultivation level. There are almost no resources suitable for improving your cultivation level in the 4th realm. Such resources are only available during the multi-dimensional catastrophe. Although Yi Tian has obtained the assets of the Tianwei Realm Master, there are not many such resources. It will take a long time to improve his cultivation to the middle of the 5th realm. After Yi Tian plans to improve the dimensional rules, he will go to the inheritance place of Lord Wu Mu and use his 4th realm cultivation to take away all the good things from those inheritance places. When the time comes, even the weapon spirits of the inheritance land may not be able to do anything to him or kill him. But it's not possible now, he doesn't have enough fighting power. This is the territory of No. 4000. The 4th realm members of the Wind and Rain Loose Cultivator Alliance often contacted Yi Tian, but Yi Tian used seclusion as an excuse and did not go to see them. He just wants to improve his strength now, and the Wind and Rain Loose Cultivators Alliance is currently of little help to him. And he also gave enough benefits to the Fengyu Loose Cultivator Alliance, so he didn't owe them anything. And as time goes by, the Fengyu Loose Cultivators Alliance becomes more chaotic, and internal assassinations often occur. It is completely normal for this kind of thing to happen in this kind of loose cultivator alliance. Time flies. 1 million extra-dimensional epochs of time have passed. Taking advantage of these long years, Yi Tian finally understood the rules of the 2nd dimension, and his strength skyrocketed. At the same time, he was preparing to fuse 2 innate multi-dimensional Dao bodies. He plans to fuse Kashappa's wisdom body and the 10-dimensional celestial body. Once the fusion is successful, it will directly strengthen his dimensional body and also contain the characteristics of these 2 innate multi-dimensional Dao bodies. I saw Yi Tian integrating Kashappa's wisdom body into the 1st dimension, and then into the body of the dimension, gradually turning into a part of the body of the dimension, and then integrated into the ascending dimension to open the body. Gradually, the 10-dimensional celestial bodies also became part of the dimensional body. Boom! His dimensional body began to transform, and his body became stronger and stronger. It took a long time for this transformation to be completed. Of course, he can now continue to upgrade the 10-dimensional celestial body, but it is still the Wang-dimensional celestial body that is getting stronger. The strength of the body is at least several times that of the past. The dimensional body after integrating the innate multi-dimensional Dao body is too powerful. Yi Tian also truly realized that for the 5th realm, dimensional rules are the most important. As long as the dimensional rules are strong, more and more innate multi-dimensional Dao bodies can be integrated and the strength will become stronger and stronger. Of course, the integrated innate multi-dimensional Dao body has a limit, but it is not easy to reach this limit. Human race. Yi Xingchen came to Yi Tian. Father, I have raised my cultivation to the peak of the 4th realm. Yi Xingchen came to report on his cultivation results. Yi Tian nodded with satisfaction. He gave his son a lot of resources, so it was natural for him to improve his cultivation quickly. In addition, Yi Tian also gave Yi Xingchen a lot of treasures that assist the super-dimensional rules, but Yi Xingchen can only comprehend them regularly, and the effect of his comprehension is not very fast. He has only comprehended more than 10,000 super-dimensional rules so far. Yi Tian plans to find a way to elevate Yi Xingchen's soul and will to the 9th dimension after he understands the 30,000 extra-dimensional rules, and then gives him some auxiliary treasures to attack the 5th realm, so that China can become the 5th realm. The same is true for his wife and daughter, but their progress is not as fast as Yi Xingchen. Of course, this quick 5th realm is only the weakest 5th realm. But Yi Tian doesn't have high requirements for Yi Xingchen, as long as he can reach the 5th level. He couldn't let his son hone his skills for a few multi-dimensional catastrophes so that he could hit the 5th realm with the most perfect foundation, right? But there is no such time now. In hundreds of millions of extra-dimensional eras, the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death will come. By then, it will be normal for everyone to die. He just wants to let his son grow up as soon as possible, and then at least add a little more hope of survival. In the following years, all major territories were in chaos. In order to quickly increase their strength, many forces are frantically developing ruins everywhere, and fighting is everywhere. There are even many 4th realms that have broken into territory number 4000 and want to start from here. Look for possible opportunities. 0 Please give me flowers. For this reason, many territories on the 5000 territory side have suffered. As the most powerful extra-dimensional force here, the human race naturally has some conflicts with these 4th realms. This day, a 4th realm warrior with the 3rd Tianguan level combat power came to the territory of number 5000 and wanted to harvest many resources. Seeing that the human race was powerful, he came directly to kill him. He didn't inquire about much information about the human race at all, and he didn't know that a 5th level creature was born in the human race. If he knew, how could he dare to come to the human race? And when he was about to suppress the human race, a pair of pupils locked onto this 4th realm man through the 10th dimension. The 5th realm, no, senior, please spare your life. Boom, this 4th realm statue turned directly into ashes. Another period of time passed, and a message came from the human race. Ancestor, we have detected that many Yanlong clan are moving toward the territory of more than 6,000 people. A 3rd level person came to report. Red Flame Dragon. Yi Tian suddenly thought of this guy, Jui Muchalong, who must have broken through to the 4th realm, or perhaps returned to the Red Flame Dragon clan. Nowadays, all the major forces are snatching resources. This guy, Ju Muchalong, must have informed the Red Flame Dragon clan about the inheritance place of Lord Wumu realm. Therefore, the Red Flame Dragon clan will send many extra-dimensional realms to the inheritance place of the Lord of the Black Mother realm, and even plan to occupy it. Yi Tian was preparing to occupy the inheritance place of the Lord of the Wumu realm, so he couldn't stand up to Ju Muchalong. Whoosh! A copy of Yi Tian's body rushed to territory No. 6611. Although the place of inheritance had moved, it was still at the edge of this territory. He quickly locked on it and waited for Kai Yan. The strong man from the Dragon clan arrives. Not long after, the powerful men from the Red Flame Dragon clan arrived. When Yi Tian looked around, he saw the strange wood-red dragon. Not only did the opponent break through to the 4th realm, but his cultivation also reached the middle of the 4th realm. Jui Muchalong also saw Yi Tian and was immediately shocked. Because Yi Tian's cultivation has reached the 5th level. Chapter 3324 Understand the rules of 3 dimensions. How did this guy practice? Ju Muchalong was extremely horrified. How difficult it was to break through from the 4th realm to the 5th realm. On the territory of number 4000, it was the last interdimensional catastrophe that gave birth to a 5th realm. As a result, Yi Tian actually appeared in a non-multidimensional realm. During the tribulation, he directly broke through to the 5th realm, which was really too evil. Among the Scarlet Flame Dragon clan who came this time, there was no one from the 5th realm. These Crimson Flame Dragon clan from the 4th realm were extremely respectful when they saw Yi Tian. I want this place inherited by the Lord of Wumu realm. Yi Tian said. These 4th realm members of the Red Flame Dragon clan didn't know what to say for a moment, but they knew very well that their senior leaders would never let it go. You must know that the Red Flame Dragon clan is extremely powerful, but they are very low-key. They also have the 5th realm, and there are more than one. Among the family of super-dimensional creatures, 57 can be ranked in the top 3. In their opinion, Yi Tian was only in the early stage of the 5th realm, and the Red Flame Dragon clan would definitely not give up on this place where the Wumu realm master inherited it. At this time, Ju Muchalong sent a message. Master Yi Tian, the Red Flame Dragon clan will not give up here. There are more than one 5th realm in the clan, and some have even survived many multi-dimensional catastrophes. His original intention was for Yi Tian to give up here to avoid being suppressed by the Red Flame Dragon clan. However, Yi Tian said directly, Juimu Red Dragon, I am not afraid of the Red Flame Dragon clan. Jui Muchalong still wanted to persuade him, but other members of the Qian Dragon clan urged him to leave. Soon, these Red Flame Dragon clan left. Yi Tian also knew that soon, these Red Flame Dragon clan would invite existences from the 5th realm. But, so what? There are a lot of resources in a land inherited by the Lord of Wumu realm, and he will not give up. Even if it is useless to him in the future, it is an unimaginable resource for the human race. Moreover, he wants to control this territory and not allow other forces to set foot here. Not long after, these Scarlet Flame Dragon clan returned to their clan and told the matter to the 5th realm members of the Scarlet Flame Dragon clan. Soon, a red flame dragon from the late 5th realm came out of seclusion. Ancestor Chisha, a large number of people from the 4th realm greeted Dao respectfully. After the Chisha realm master left the border, he immediately headed to territory No. 6611. Jui Muchalong also took a breath when he learned that the Chisha ancestor came out of seclusion. He is very aware of the strength of this Kai Sha ancestor. He has lived for 17 multi-dimensional tribulations and his strength is extremely terrifying. Yi Tian, who has just been promoted to the 5th realm, cannot be his opponent. Yi Tian finally rescued him, and the relationship was not bad. Naturally, he didn't want Yi Tian to be killed. The speed of the fifth realm is extremely fast and can travel in the void of the dimension. It didn't take long for the Realm Lord to expand his territory to 6,611. At this time, Yi Tian locked his eyes on the arriving Lord of Chisha Realm. Sure enough, you have just broken through the fifth realm. You are very good. You can break through the fifth realm at this time. It seems that you know that the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death is coming, and you fight to the death to attack the fifth realm. Fortunately, you succeeded. You should be lucky enough to reach the fifth level. If you leave like this, I don't have to take action against you. The Lord of Chisha Realm said coldly. Kai Sha Realm Master, this place has been occupied by me, please leave. Yi Tian expelled. Court death. The Lord of Chisha Realm was angry. He was a strong man in the late fifth realm who had survived 17 multi-dimensional catastrophes. Yi Tian actually dared to be so rude to him. He was just a fifth realm who had just been promoted. He could easily crush him to death. Boom! The Lord of Chisha Realm directly activated the rules of the first dimension, bursting out the multi-dimensional secret art of the four realms, and the souls will surged, and he used a 10th dimensional will secret skill. It can be said that the strength of the Chisha Realm Master is enough to easily kill the average fifth realm in an instant. But the next second, he was horrified. Interdimensional blade. Second dimension rules. In an instant, the first dimensional rules of the Chisha Realm Master were crushed, and a terrifying sword blade shattered many of his defenses and also shattered his soul will attack. This is a supreme secret that attacks not only the body but also the soul and will. With one blow, the Chisha Realm Lord's body was penetrated and the blood in his body was cut off. He immediately escaped into the 10th dimension. Yi Tian could kill the Red Evil Realm Lord, but he didn't do so. Killing a Red Evil Realm Lord was meaningless. Besides, there must be a more powerful fifth realm among the Red Flame Dragon clan. There was no need for him to fight to the death with the Red Flame Dragon clan. This time, the leader of the Chisha realm was severely injured, enough to make the Red Flame Dragon clan fear him and not dare to come again. Red Flame Dragon clan. The Lord of Chisha realm came back, covered with injuries. Other fifth realms appeared and immediately came to heal the injuries of the Lord of Chisha realm. But the power of the multi-dimensional sword is too terrifying, and it contains the power of two-dimensional rules, which is difficult to eradicate for a while. Then, the oldest one in the clan, the fifth realm, took action, stripping away the supreme power of the Chisha realm's body bit by bit. You are not allowed to offend the Yi Tian realm master. This is a warning from the strongest member of the Red Flame Dragon clan. In fact, the leader of the Chisha realm also guessed Yi Tian's identity, and he must be the one who captured the fourth realm of the 10-dimensional Heavenly Gate Tower. However, they did not expect that Yi Tian just broke through the fifth realm, understood the rules of the second dimension, and merged two innate multi-dimensional Dao bodies, and his strength would be so terrifying. This is already the top 5th level combat power. Combined with the 13 Tribulations innate multi-dimensional treasure, the 10-dimensional Tianguan Tower, who can kill Yi Tian is probably only those few, but those few can't go there for no reason. Killing Yi Tian, if Yi Tian escapes, it will bring disaster to his own power and family. In other words, Yi Tian has risen, even if he is exposed, nothing will happen. Soon, news spread that the leader of Chisha realm was seriously injured. Juimuchi 3.6 Long was stunned after hearing this. He never expected that Chisha ancestor was severely injured by Yi Tian. What kind of strength is this? The gap is getting wider and wider. Juimuchi Long sighed with emotion. Moreover, he also knew that after this incident, the little friendship he had with Yi Tian would be gone. Since the incident with the Red Flame Dragon clan, more than 2 million extra-dimensional eras have passed in the blink of an eye. This day, Yi Tian's dimensional rules broke through again. Boom! 3 dimensions of void emerged behind him, which meant that he understood the rules of the 3 dimensions. In an instant, Kassapa's wisdom body, Wu Emu's body, and the 10-dimensional celestial body all merged into the dimensional body, and his body's strength skyrocketed. Moreover, he can cultivate other innate multi-dimensional Taoist bodies. With the existence of the 3 Crows secret method, there will be no rejection. Chapter 3325 Relatives break through the 5th realm. Yi Tian has obtained a lot of innate multi-dimensional Dao body inheritance. The ordinary innate multi-dimensional Dao body inheritance only has 3 levels. He can't stand it now. The top innate multi-dimensional Dao body inheritance has 5 levels. And Yi Tian now naturally wants to cultivate the 5th level innate multi-dimensional Taoist body. He quickly chose one of the innate multi-dimensional Taoist bodies that contains 5 layers of inheritance, Kanghai Sword Body. This innate multi-dimensional Tao body inheritance comes from the Tianwei Realm Master, and among the properties of the Tianwei Realm Master, there are materials for cultivating the Kanghai Sword Body, multi-dimensional sword stones. Therefore, he directly chose to practice this innate multi-dimensional Taoist body. Not long after, Kanghai Sword Body cultivated to the first level, which improved his physical quality and strengthened his strength. After that, he used various resources to improve Kanghai Sword Body. Gradually, his Kanghai Sword Body was upgraded to the first level of Shaocheng and Dacheng, and then to the second level of Shaocheng and Dacheng. Yi Tian is very rich now, so he naturally doesn't worry about the improvement of Kanghai's sword body. After a long time, Yi Tian had already cultivated Kanghai's sword body to the 4th level, allowing his own strength to skyrocket again. And he is about to master the secret art of will in the 10th dimension. The secret art of will in the 10th dimension is also very powerful. The original master of Chisha realm knew the secret art of will in the 10th dimension. If he had not mastered the supreme secret art of the 4 realms, +2 the heavy dimension rules suppressed the opponent, otherwise he would also be injured by the Chisha realm master. The 10th dimension's secret art of will is simply a harvesting technique in terms of killing weak 5th realms. It can easily kill a weak existence. Thousands of extra-dimensional epochs of time have passed. This day, Yi Tian completely created the 10th dimensional willpower secret skill, the 10-dimensional sword light. After creating this secret art of will in the 10th dimension, his strength improved a bit. However, if you want to truly increase your strength and make a qualitative change in your strength, you must create the supreme secret of the 5 realms. However, it is too difficult to create the supreme secret skill of the 5 realms. Although Yi Tian has the supreme secret skill on the silver mist axis as a reference, it is impossible to create the 5 realms of supreme secret skill in a short time. Moreover, his dimensional rules are still low, and the 3-dimensional rules are still not enough. He needs to continue to improve. There are still hundreds of millions of years left before the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. There is no rush. As long as I can improve my cultivation to the middle and late stages of the 5th realm before the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death, understand the rules of the 6 dimensions, and create the supreme secret of the 5 realms. After cultivating those innate multi-dimensional Tao bodies to the 4th level of Dacheng limit, I will have the invincible combat power of the 5th level. There is hope to protect the human race. Yi Tian murmured. As for the way to protect the human race, he also thought of the 10-dimensional Heavenly Gate Tower. This is an innate multi-dimensional treasure of the 13 tribulations. It contains infinite void inside. He can transfer countless human races into it. By then, as long as the 10-dimensional Heavenly Gate Tower is not broken, the human race will be fine. However, if there is an attack by multi-dimensional beings in the 6th realm, the 13 tribulations' innate multi-dimensional treasure will not be able to withstand it. At that time, the multi-dimensional lives in the 6th realm must be intercepted. Therefore, he must have strong enough strength, otherwise no matter how powerful the treasure is, it will be useless. Time flies. Word spread that Yi Tian possesses the cultivation level of the 5th realm. Many 5th realms secretly made friends with Yi Tian, hoping that they could help each other and survive the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. Yi Tian also pretended to be a coward and did not really deal with them. Before the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death comes, other 5th realms are not worthy of trust, and they might be tricked at some point. A flash. Another 10 million extra-dimensional eras have passed. At this time, Yi Tian understood the rules of the 4 dimensions, integrated the Kanghai sword body into the dimensional body, and practiced the 5th innate multi-dimensional Tao body, the 4 tribulations Tao body. The 4 tribulations Tao body is an innate multi-dimensional Tao body that absorbs the 4 multi-dimensional tribulation powers of tribulation thunder, tribulation wind, tribulation fire, and tribulation light. It is not for cultivation in the 3rd realm. The lowest level of cultivation must be the top one. The 4th realm is able to withstand these 4 powers. Yi Tiandu is in the 5th realm, so he can naturally cultivate the 4 tribulations Tao body. He can easily cultivate the 4 tribulations Tao physique, and then use various resources to improve it. After a period of time, he also cultivated the 4 tribulations Tao body to the 4th level, and his strength skyrocketed again. This day, Yi Xingchen finally understood the 30,000 super-dimensional rules. So, Yi Tian took out some treasures to help him attack the 5th realm and gave them to Yi Xingchen to help him attack the 5th realm. With his assistance, Yi Xingchen's chance of breaking through to the 5th realm is about 90%. If he still can't break through, he he can only accept his fate. Certainly, even if Yi Xingqian's breakthrough really failed, he would still have a way to save his life. Soon, Yi Xingqian adjusted his condition and began to attack the fifth realm. Time passes slowly. After a while, boom, the extra-dimensional realm in Yi Xingqian's body began to transform, but it did not transform into dimensional void. After all, he did not understand the rules of dimensions. However, this did not affect his breakthrough. Boom. The physical body transforms, and the soul will advance. After a long time, Yi Xingqian has entered the early stage of the fifth realm. It took him some time to stabilize his state before he came out of seclusion. 663. Father, my child has finally broken through to the fifth realm. Yi Xingqian said, very good, continue practicing and strive to understand the rules of dimensions as soon as possible. Yi Tian said. Yes, Yi Xingqian responded, but Yi Tian also knows that even if Yi Xingqian breaks through the fifth realm and comprehends the super-dimensional rules relatively quickly, it cannot be achieved in a short time if he wants to upgrade to 100,000 super-dimensional rules. If there is no great opportunity, it cannot be done before the arrival of the multi-dimensional catastrophe. It's not like he never thought of giving the dimensional rules to Yi Xingqian, but it was useless. The dimensional rules can only be used to understand the dimensional rules. If the dimensional rules are not understood, the dimensional rules will have no effect. Millions of extra-dimensional era years have passed, and Yi Tian's wife and daughter have also broken through to the fifth realm, but they have almost exhausted Yi Tian's resources to assist in the fifth realm. Those were the resources given to him by the fifth realm invincible master Tianwei, and they were all used on this, but Yi Tian didn't care. However, after maintaining the cultivation of the four fifth realms, he suddenly became not very rich. If this continued, he would become pauper sooner or later. We have to attack the inheritance land of Lord Wu Mu. Yi Tian murmured. However, he still has to understand the rules of the 5 dimensions before taking action, so the probability is higher. Chapter 3326, Stealing the Inheritance Place of Wu Mu Realm Lord. In the following years, Yi Tian tried his best to comprehend the dimensional treasure. Fortunately, the dimensional treasure was powerful enough. If it were an object of dimensional rules, it would be more difficult for him to comprehend the dimensional rules now. But with the dimensional treasure, his dimensional rules can be easily upgraded to the 5th dimensional rules, but it will take more time. Gradually, 30 million extra-dimensional epochs of time passed. Over such a long period of time, territory number 4000 has become very chaotic. Many forces have been destroyed. Some overlord-level forces have begun to attack some weak forces and occupy the resources of small forces. Although some small forces are very weak, they may have treasures that even the 5th realm desires. Maybe they will come across such treasures. For those overlord-level forces, when the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death comes, these forces will be destroyed, and it is better to use them as waste. It is this idea that makes the territory of number 4000 become extremely chaotic. Countless creatures have fallen. Practitioners and extra-dimensional creatures are constantly fighting to seize resources. Countless 4th realms have fallen. The chaos on the 5000 territory side is slightly better. After all, the forces here don't understand the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death at all, so naturally there is no such chaos. This day, Yi Tian finally understood the rules of the 5 dimensions and his strength skyrocketed. Later, he merged with the 5th multi-dimensional Taoist body, the 4 tribulations Taoist body, and then practiced the 6th sect body, the 10-chapter Taoist body. In this way, his strength increased again. It's almost time to go to the inheritance place of Lord Wu Mu. Yi Tian decided. In territory number 6610, the inheritance place of the Lord of Wu Mu realm was moved here, but Yi Tian still found it easily. Immediately, he copied a replica body of the 4th realm, because the 5th realm cannot enter this inheritance place, and the 4th realm is the limit of entry. His replica body is the body when he was about to break through to the 5th realm. Although the body is not powerful, it has mastered the rules of the 5 dimensions and has successively integrated several innate multi-dimensional bodies. One can imagine its strength. How terrifying. Buzz. Yi Tian entered the inheritance place. In an instant, a shadow appeared, which was the multi-dimensional intelligent ecology that manages this heritage place. At first, Yi Tian was driven away by this multi-dimensional intelligent life, but now he has come in again. It's you again. The multi-dimensional intelligent life in the inheritance place of Wu Mu realm saw Yi Tian, recognized it, and immediately scolded. You have already broken through here and gained benefits, and you are not allowed to come in again. If the Lord of Wumu realm were still alive, I would still be afraid of you. You are just a multi-dimensional intelligent life, you are nothing. Yi Tianleng shouted, seeking death. The multi-dimensional intelligent life was furious, and immediately mobilized the power of this inheritance place to form countless killing arrays to envelope Yi Tian. Boom, the killing array is coming, and its terrifying power is enough to crush any 4th level figure, and even ordinary 5th level figures will be crushed. However, at this moment, a layer of dimensional void appeared on Yi Tian's body, and the killing array was directly eliminated by the dimensional void. This is the 5th dimension rule. The multidimensional intelligent life was dumbfounded. How is it possible for a person in the 4th realm to understand the rules of the 5 dimensions? How is this accomplished? Cut. Yi Tian held the sky blade and gained a new multi-dimensional intelligent life. The explosion of the multi-dimensional sword, the supreme secret of the 4 realms, combined with the 5-dimensional rules, directly tore the void of this inheritance place, almost tearing this inheritance place in half. The formations here were broken one after another, and the supreme multi-dimensional sword blade cut into the core of the inheritance place. Next moment, Yi Tian has locked onto multi-dimensional intelligent life. Whoosh! He crossed over in one step and came to the core of the inheritance place. He grabbed a human-shaped light group with one hand. This light group is one of the consciousness entities of multi-dimensional intelligent life. Finally caught you. Yi Tian stared at the multi-dimensional intelligent life and said coldly. You are looking for death, you are not afraid of my body coming to kill you. The multi-dimensional intelligent life roared. The main body is coming to kill. Haha, it's just a multi-dimensional intelligent life form created by the Lord of Wumu realm. It only relies on the place of inheritance to exert a certain strength. You don't have much strength yourself. I can pinch it easily. Kill you, Yi Wuyang said. Click. Yi Tian easily crushed the consciousness of this multi-dimensional intelligent life and killed it. Then, he took charge of this place of inheritance. Soon, he found the treasures stored here, and the densely packed treasures fell into his hands. Treasures such as the true picture of the Black Mother and the dimensional gravel all belong to him. Although these treasures are not of great help to him, giving them to his relatives or human race can still cultivate a large number of strong people. Soon after, he had completely conquered this inheritance place, and then he took action to destroy this inheritance place. From now on, there will never be such a place of inheritance here. Backquote, there is also the inheritance land in the 6th dimension over at territory No. 4000. He has also taken a fancy to it and is ready to snatch the resources there. Yi Tian said secretly. Soon, Yi Tian arrived at the inheritance place and escaped directly into it. Damn little thief, you are looking for death. A cold voice came. Yi Tian recognized it. This was the multi-dimensional intelligent life. It seemed that he had a consciousness in every inheritance place, and the consciousness in this inheritance place was stronger. But facing some, this strength is still not enough. Rumble. Yi Tian showed all his strength. The rules of the 5 dimensions combined with the supreme skills of the 4 realms, the attack power was too terrifying. Under the constant fighting, the consciousness of the multi-dimensional intelligent life was also beheaded by Yi Tian. The promise is good. Later, Yi Tian plundered all the resources here and destroyed the resources and treasures here. And after such an incident, this multi-dimensional intelligent life became scared, all the will bodies were awakened, and he controlled the place of inheritance to escape to other places. He wanted to avoid Yi Tian for fear of being killed by Yi Tian. Not long after, many overlord-level super-dimensional forces were puzzled. The inheritance place of the Lord of the Black Mother realm they occupied disappeared unexpectedly. They escaped extremely fast and could not catch up for a while. They investigated for a long time, but did not find any truth. This day, the 5th realm of the 2 major forces, Dakian Yuman and Yi Foman, came to worship for 10 days. Yi Tian met Yi Tian. As soon as they saw Yi Tian, they said directly, Master Yi Tian, our 2 major forces want to use your 10-dimensional gate tower to avoid the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. Faced with this request, Yi Tian directly refused. Chapter 3327 The Supreme Skill of the 5 Realms, the 10-dimensional sword silk. You two, your demands are too much, please leave. Yi Tian said coldly, expel them directly. The 2 5th-level deities of Dakianyu sect and Kashapa Buddhism naturally guessed that Yi Tian would refuse, and were not surprised at all. However, even if Yi Tian refuses, they will not give up. The multidimensional catastrophe of death is coming, and they must seize any opportunity that may exist. The 13 Tribulations innate multi-dimensional treasure, the 10-dimensional Tiangwan Tower, is too precious and has extremely strong defense. If they obtain it, they can use this treasure to avoid the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death, with a high success rate. Therefore, no matter what, they must obtain this innate multi-dimensional treasure. Everyone, come out. The 5th level of Dakion Yumun opened his mouth and said. Next moment, one after another, the 5th realms came out, and several 5th realms came out from Rixi. The number of the 5th realm is very rare. After hundreds of multi-dimensional catastrophes, on average, one multi-dimensional catastrophe can give birth to a 5th realm. In this way, only hundreds of 5th realms can be born, and some multi-dimensional catastrophes will also cause the death of the 5th realm. 5 realms. This leads to the current number of 5th realms in the 4,000 territory being more than 100, and when divided among the practitioners, there are more than 70 5th realms. Now, 9 people from the 5th realm came to surround and kill Yi Tian at once. How serious is this? Whoosh! Yi Tian escaped, but 5 5th realm 580s immediately chased him. Boom! A 5th level man holding a 3 tribulation innate multi-dimensional treasure directly intercepted Yi Tian in the 7th dimension and directly blocked the dimensional void. Do you really want to do this? Yi Tian said coldly. Hand over the 10-dimensional Heaven Gate Tower. The 9 5th realms spoke out again. Then let's fight. Although Yi Tian wants to keep a low profile, it seems that these 9 5th level people will not give up, so they can only fight. Boom! 9 5th realms took action one after another. Among them, several 5th realms were extremely powerful and had already understood the rules of the 2nd dimension. There was even one who had understood the rules of the 3rd dimension, and 3 of them had understood the secret art of will in the 10th dimension, and 2 others have comprehended the multi-dimensional secrets of the 5 realms. If it were any other 5th realm, death would be almost certain. But Yi Tian was no longer the one who had just broken through to the 5th realm. If he were still in the 5th realm or had the same strength as when he fought against the master of the Chisha realm, he would still be defeated this time. He can indeed escape, but humans cannot escape. But now, he is not afraid of these 9 5th realms. Boom! The 5-dimensional rules were revealed, directly crushing the void of these 5th level dimensional rules. Multi-dimensional sword, cut. The multi-dimensional secret art of the 4 realms broke out, and the bright sword light tore everything apart. In addition, the 10-dimensional sword light of the 10th dimensional will secret skill collided with their will secret skill. Moreover, Yi Tian's physical strength is too terrifying, integrating 5 innate multi-dimensional Dao bodies. Even if their cultivation is higher than Yi Tian, their physical strength is not as good as Yi Tian. Boom! The 9 5th level people's combined attack was crushed by Yi Tian. Puff! The multi-dimensional sword directly broke through the body of one of the weaker 5th realms, directly wiping out his body, soul and will. As soon as they fought, one of the 5th realms died, and the remaining 8 5th realms were all shivering. Terrible! Is this the newly promoted 5th realm who has just been promoted to the 5th realm? He has actually understood the rules of the 5 dimensions. Is it possible that the treasures left by the Tianwei realm master are so amazing? A 5th realm person can be promoted to this level in a short time. But even the Tianwei realm master has only understood the rules of the 6th dimension. And one of the 5th realms stared at the sky wooden blade in Yi Tian's hand. Damn it, it was you who took away my sky wooden blade. The one who spoke was clearly the realm master Luo Qing. He cultivated the sky wood blade in the sky spider battlefield, but was destroyed by someone from the 4th realm and took the sky wood blade away. Who did it was never found. Now, he finally knew that it was Yi Tian who did it in the first place. Yi Tian took out the Kangchong wood blade, so he was naturally not afraid of Master Luo Qing. The strength of Master Luo AFBJ Qing was not as good as him now, so would he be afraid of Master Luo Qing? Rumble. The 2 sides continued to fight, and soon another 5th level man was seriously injured by Yi Tian and had no choice but to withdraw from the battlefield. But they haven't given up yet and are still attacking Yi Tian. That's when another copy of Yi Tian's body arrived, and its terrifying aura made those in the 5th realm tremble. There is also a clone. This time, Yi Tian's replica body came directly holding a long spear, an innate multi-dimensional treasure of 6 calamities. This long spear was obtained from the property of Kaiwei Jingfei. Boom! Yi Tian's 2 clones attacked together and easily defeated these 5th realms. If you don't leave, I will kill you, Yi Tian threatened. Although he wanted to kill all these 5th realms, once he really did so, the 5th realms among the forces behind them would definitely unite with other 5th realms to encircle and suppress him. He doesn't want to face the entire fifth realm yet, and his current strength is definitely not invincible, so there is no need to make enemies like this. As for the person in the fifth realm who was killed before, he had no background, so he would just kill him and treat it as a shock. These people in the fifth realm were so frightened that they immediately ran away. How could they dare to stay? Not long after, they returned to their respective forces and never mentioned the siege and killing of Yi Tian again. However, the news of the fallen figure in the fifth realm could not be concealed at all. Soon after, the news spread that the man in the fifth realm was killed, and Yi Tian's reputation also spread. However, Yi Tian still kept a low profile and continued to practice silently. He knew very well that this strength was still not enough. His current goal is to understand the rules of the 6 dimensions and then create a supreme secret of the 5 realms. Time flies. Yi Tian's 6 and 8 multi-dimensional Dao bodies have all broken through to the 4th level of Dacheng state, and some have even reached the Dacheng limit, which has improved his physical fitness. There is now hope for the supreme technique of the 5 realms. He has tried again and again and has created some scratches, but it still has not reached the standard of the supreme technique of the 5 realms. In this way, another 20 million extra-dimensional era years passed. This day, Yi Tian finally succeeded in creating his own supreme skill in the 5 realms. The 10th dimension, Yi Tian entered here to test the newly created supreme skill of the 5 realms. The dimensional rules and the power of various multi-dimensional catastrophes turned into a wisp of sword thread. As a sword was slashed out, this wisp of sword thread instantly tore through the 10th dimension and even cut into the 11th dimension. This move is called 10-dimensional sword thread. Yi Tian named it Chapter 3328 Crystal System Barrier Space. After creating 10-dimensional sword silk, the supreme skill of the 5 realms, Yi Tian's strength has undergone earth-shaking changes, and his strength has reached an extremely terrifying level. His current combat power is very close to that of the original Tianwei Realm Master. If placed in the current territory number 4000, even if he is not invincible, he is definitely among the top 3. And now, his soul will has also strengthened a lot. It is considered very good among the 10th dimension soul will, but it is still very far away from the 11th dimension. However, he no longer needs to be timid. He is no longer afraid of any force in the number 4000 territory. Even if there are 1 or 2 people in the 5th realm who are stronger than him, he has many cloned bodies, and they will definitely be superior to each other after joining forces. Sky Spider Battlefield. This day, the place began to tremble, and it seemed that the 5th realm was no longer restricted from entering here. Swish swish. A person from the 5th realm entered the Sky Spider Battlefield, unable to take away the innate multi-dimensional treasure he left here. Not only the Sky Spider Battlefield, but also battlefields, restricted areas and other places in various dimensions have been lifted from restrictions, and many terrible catastrophe creatures are about to appear. Suddenly, there was fighting everywhere. But many 5th realms know very well that this is just the prelude to a small multi-dimensional tribulation. After the small multi-dimensional tribulation ends, the great multi-dimensional tribulation of death will come. This is the territory of No. 5000. Densely packed creatures emerged. These creatures were not big, only 10 meters in size. They were shaped like cicadas, but they had a pair of thunder wings. They were filled with the aura of thunder, but this aura was very weak, as if it had been diluted many times. The breath of thunder. Thunder cicada. This is a descendant of a multi-dimensional catastrophe creature, but it is quite powerful. Every thunder cicada has the strength of the 3rd realm, and some thunder cicadas also have the combat power of the 4th realm. When Lei Chan appeared, many forces panicked. Especially those very weak forces that don't even have a 3rd realm. When they encounter Thunder B, they are simply destined to be massacred. This is the territory of number 5000, and there is trouble on the territory of No. 6000. Strange creatures appear, and their strength has reached the 2nd level. That is to say, the number is sparse, otherwise the 6000 territory will definitely be easily destroyed. The prelude to a multi-dimensional minor tribulation has appeared, and all major territories are facing the crisis of destruction. Yi Tian murmured, this multi-dimensional minor tribulation this time is definitely much more dangerous than the previous multi-dimensional minor tribulations, but no one in the 5th realm cares about it. After all, the real danger is the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. Territory No. 5333. Human Headquarters. Yi Tian ordered Yi Xingchen and other 5th realms to lead the 4th realm of the human race to kill Lei Chan. Xingchen, you are responsible for killing the thunder cicadas in the surrounding areas of the human race. Yi Tian ordered. Father, if other forces ask for help, will you help? Yi Xingchen asked. If it is a force that has a good relationship with the human race, or a force that is dependent on the human race, it can be saved. As for other forces, don't worry about it. Yi Tian said this. Yes, Yi Xingchen understood. Shortly afterwards, a large number of thunder cicadas were killed by the human race, and the corpses of thunder cicadas were valuable, so they were collected by the human race. Other forces were in misfortune. For example, the ultra-dimensional realm members of the Jukai Chamber of Commerce and other forces were massacred by Lei Chan, and many headquarters of forces were destroyed by Lei Chan. After this wave of small multi-dimensional catastrophes, at least 30% of the forces will be destroyed, and even more extra-dimensional realms will be destroyed. But with the existence of the human race, the territory of 5000 County will definitely survive the multidimensional tribulation. 10-dimensional palace. The leader of Junhai realm is listening to the report of his subordinates. It seems that the prelude to the small multidimensional catastrophe has already broken out. In another 200 million super-dimensional eras, the multidimensional catastrophe of death will inevitably break out. He sighed deeply, extremely fearful of the multidimensional catastrophe of death. At this time, another person from the fourth realm asked, Junhai Realm Master, do our 10-dimensional heavenly palace really want to do that? The Lord of Junhai Realm said helplessly, if we don't do this, our Junhai Tiangong will suffer heavy losses. If we are not lucky, it is normal to be destroyed. The death multidimensional catastrophe before hundreds of multidimensional catastrophes was 10-dimensional than ours. Several powerful overlord-level super-dimensional forces in Tiangong have been destroyed, and even a 6th-level figure has fallen. Instead of doing this, it is better to abandon some of them and directly take the elite to escape into the crystal barrier. 0 Please give me flowers. Master K Junhai Realm, that crystal system barrier is too small and can't accommodate too many 5th and 4th realms. If we really want to go, we have to give up at least 90% of the ordinary extra-dimensional realms. Those weak beings cannot survive there. A 5th realm person said. There is no other way. While there is still some time, you each go back and improve the cultivation of your relatives. The minimum standard for entering there is the 3rd realm. If you can't even reach the 3rd realm, just give up. Yes, to survive, you should stay and die with them. What Junhai Realm Master said was very cruel, but there was nothing we could do about it. Understood, the other 5th realms responded. 0. Remember, there are still 30 million super-dimensional epochs before the crystal system barrier space is weak. After this time, we need to wait for another 1.6 billion super-dimensional epochs. We only have this last chance. After entering, you need to open 600 million super-dimensional eras to come out. Shahai Jingsheng reminded. Good, these 5th realms nodded and left one after another. Unknowingly, 30 million super-dimensional epochs of time have passed. This day, the Junhai Realm Master of the 10-dimensional Heavenly Palace disappeared directly with the other 5th realms, more than 60% of the 4th realms, and only a few 3rd realms. The chosen extra-dimensional realms have not been mentioned to any extra-dimensional realms, so the remaining extra-dimensional realms are very confused. They were unable to contact the higher-ups and found that all the treasure troves of the 10-dimensional Heavenly Palace were empty. Soon, an idea appeared in their minds, that is, the senior officials of the 10-dimensional Heavenly Palace abandoned them, and even some of the descendants of the 5th realm were abandoned. Soon after, the news spread, leaving other overlord-level forces in territory number 4000 confused. They found that Yuishan Palace was too decisive and gave up on countless super-dimensional realms. The 10-dimensional Heavenly Palace gave up those ordinary extra-dimensional realms and some 4th realms and ran away directly. Yi Tian was very curious about where the 5th realm of the 10-dimensional Heavenly Palace went. After inquiring, he finally found out. Crystal System Barrier Space Inches. Chapter 3329 The Second 5 Realms of Supreme Secrets. The Crystal System Barrier is a barrier between the territory of number 4000 and the territory of No. 3000. This barrier is extremely thick, simply beyond the imagination of the 5th realm. Even in the 6th extra-dimensional realm, it is impossible to break through the crystal system barrier. You can only pass through the 11th dimension in a special way and find the weak points of the crystal system barrier from the 11th dimension. It took a long time to break the crystal system barrier, and only then could we leave the territory of number 4000 and enter the territory of number 3000 and more. The territory with more than 3000 numbers calls itself the upper domain, and the entire territory with territory number 4000 is called the lower domain. The crystal system barrier is so strong, but there are crystal system barrier spaces. However, such crystal system barrier spaces are very rare and difficult to find. And even if some crystal system barrier spaces exist, they are deep inside the crystal system barrier and cannot be entered at all. Go. 287 only has a very small number of crystal system barrier spaces that are just close to the territory of No. 4000. It can be broken into within a certain period of time. However, after entering, once the crystal system barrier is restored, if you want to get out again, you need to. It's been a long time waiting. Obviously, the 10-dimensional heavenly palace has found a crystal barrier space that can be entered, and now it has entered directly to avoid the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. Is this approach feasible? It's really doable. However, this move really angered other forces, but they did not dare to really destroy the remaining extra-dimensional realms in the 10-dimensional heavenly palace. If there are still extra-dimensional realms left to survive, when the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death has passed, after coming out of the 5th realm of the 10-dimensional heavenly palace, he will definitely take revenge. Moreover, if they don't kill them, it will be almost impossible for those in the extra-dimensional realm in the 10-dimensional heavenly palace to survive the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death without the protection of the strong men in the 5th realm. The crystal system barrier space should not be able to accommodate too many extra-dimensional realms. If too much goes in, there will definitely be some problems. Otherwise, those 5th realms in the 10-dimensional heavenly palace will not give up so many extra-dimensional realms, or even return them. There are descendants of the 5th realm who have also been given up. Yi Tian has little interest in this kind of crystal barrier space, and there is no point in just cramming a few strong people into it. Of course, if such a crystal barrier space was really given to him for free, he would accept it. In the following days, 5th realms often disappeared. These 5th realms may have found ways to avoid the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death, but it may not be reliable. Some even can only avoid the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death by themselves. He directly abandoned all his family and influence. There are also overlord-level super-dimensional forces that cannot avoid the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death and directly build countless formations to protect the force headquarters. Although it is certainly not of great use, it can protect some extra-dimensional realms. It is also good to avoid greater losses in the early stage. In a blink of an eye, 50 million extra-dimensional epochs passed. The precursors of multi-dimensional minor tribulations are becoming more and more intense. Countless creatures have already perished due to these precursors, and countless extra-dimensional realms have been shattered into pieces. A large number of 4th realms have fallen, and only the top 4th realms have nothing to do. With the birth of the multi-dimensional minor tribulation, many resource treasures and even treasure lands were born in many territories. Opportunities and crises coexist. Multidimensional minor tribulations are very dangerous, but they are also opportunities for many breakthroughs in the 3rd and even 4th realms. Yi Tian asked many strong human beings to go out to look for opportunities. They just need to come back before the multi-dimensional catastrophe arrives. We are still a little short of understanding the rules of the 6 dimensions, but our cultivation has already reached the middle stage of the 5th realm. Those innate multi-dimensional Tao bodies have reached the limit of the 4th level and cannot break through to the 5th level for the time being. The soul will has also improved. A lot has happened, and the multi-dimensional catastrophe is getting closer and closer. It seems that it is much easier to improve the soul's will. Yi Tianxin thought. He felt that if his soul and will wanted to break through to the 11th dimension, he had to put his hope in the multidimensional catastrophe of death. The multidimensional catastrophe of death is indeed extremely dangerous. It is easy to fall in the 5th realm, but the opportunity is also the greatest. For example, during the multidimensional tribulation of death, the barriers between dimensions weakened, and he could even enter the 11th dimension. It's just that there are more multidimensional lives in the 6th realm in the 11th dimension, and it is easy to encounter multidimensional lives in the 6th realm, but he is not afraid of dying and copying the body. If he can find a treasure like the multidimensional silver fur in the 11th dimension, how can he? Isn't it possible to elevate the soul's will to the 11th dimension? Another 10 million extra-dimensional era years have passed. This day, Yi Tian comprehended the rules of 6 dimensions, his strength skyrocketed, and he integrated the 6th innate multi-dimensional Tao body, the 10-wing Tao body, and his physical fitness skyrocketed again. Then, he practiced the 7th innate multi-dimensional Taoist body, the 10-dimensional vine body. This is an innate multi-dimensional Taoist body that can quickly recover from injuries and almost make the body immortal. It is also on the 5th level. After that, he spent some years and countless resources to cultivate the 10-dimensional vine body to the 4th level of Dacheng limit. Some years passed, and he created a defensive 10th dimensional secret art of wool, the 10th dimensional pagoda technique. Immediately afterwards, another 100 million super-dimensional era years passed. At this time, he once again created a 5-level supreme secret art, the 10-dimensional void technique. This is a speed-based 5-level supreme secret skill. It is enough to avoid the pursuit of ordinary 6th-level experts and has a huge impact on the battle. Help. It's a pity that the training time is too short. I'm afraid I won't be able to understand the rules of the 7 dimensions before the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. Yi Tian said helplessly. There are still 40 million extra-dimensional eras left, and the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death is coming. At this moment, it is already a real multi-dimensional minor tribulation period, and many multi-dimensional battlefields appear. In addition, the prelude to the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death is coming, and in some places there are even multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures of the 5th realm being born. In the place where multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures are bred, extremely precious treasures will inevitably appear, which will have great appeal to the 5th realm. At this time, the 5th realm is still safe as long as it provokes temptation, and those 5th realms will not come out yet. But if you are greedy for treasures and fight against these 5th-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures, you will risk falling. To take a risk or not to take a risk. If you don't take risks, you are still very likely to fall in the later stage. If you take risks, you may get a great opportunity, so that your strength will skyrocket, and you may be able to survive the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. In short, anything can happen. This day, a copy of Yi Tian's body is ready to hunt those multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures in the 5th realm to obtain more chance treasures. Soon, he locked onto a 5th-level thunder cicada. Chapter 3330 The 10-dimensional true fruit, late stage of the 5th realm. The cultivation level of this thunder cicada is probably at the mid-level of the 5th realm, but its physical quality is extremely powerful, and it contains terrifying tribulation thunder attacks, which are no less than the general multi-dimensional skills of the 5th realm. If it were an ordinary 5th realm, it would really not be its opponent. After Yi Tian found the thunder cicada, he looked at a thunder calamity treasure tree guarded by the thunder cicada. This thunder calamity treasure tree was rooted in the 10th dimension and was valuable. The thunder tribulation treasure tree can extract a thunder tribulation treasure liquid. This thunder tribulation treasure liquid can temper the soul's will and assist in understanding the superdimensional rules. Yi Tian planned to kill the thunder cicada and then transplant the thunder calamity treasure tree to the human race. Kill. Yi Tian directly used the supreme skill of the 5 realms, the 10-dimensional sword silk. Puff. The 10-dimensional sword thread directly chopped into pieces of Lei Chan's body and obliterated its will. With just one move, this Lei Chan, who was in the middle of the 5th realm, was killed directly. Immediately, Yi Tian took away Lei Chan's body, and then used the 6-dimensional rules to remove the thunder tribulation treasure tree. In the days that followed, Yi Tian 05 found several 5th-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures one after another. He used the 10-dimensional sword silk to kill these 5th-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures and obtained a lot of treasures. Among them, he obtained a resource that can temper the 10th dimension, the Tribulation Fire Golden Lotus, whose effect is second only to the multi-dimensional silver fur. If it were another 5th realm, if he encountered a treasure like the Tribulation Fire Golden Lotus, he would definitely be excited, but Yi Tian felt that it was just like that, just to make his 10th dimension soul will tempering effect better, but he wanted to use it. It is obviously impossible to temper the soul's will to the 11th dimension. This day, Yi Tian stared at a multi-dimensional catastrophe creature at the peak of the 5th realm that was born on the battlefield of the Sky Spider. It was a terrifying sky spider, with multi-dimensional tribulation powers such as thunder, wind, fire, water, and light appearing on its body. It also had densely packed demon eyes, each of which contained different powers. Facing this sky spider, most of the 5th realms in the number 4000 territory are no match for it. But Yi Tian was even more powerful and directly used the 10-dimensional sword silk to attack the sky spider. I saw this sky spider releasing a variety of terrifying abilities, and the magic eyes in the multidimensional void burst out with strange powers. However, under the attack of the 10-dimensional sword silk, these powers were chopped into pieces. The sky spider instantly escaped into the 10th dimension, trying to avoid the blow, but Yi Tian's attack cut even the 10th dimension, and also directly cut open the spider's body. However, one of the magic eyes of this sky spider used a strange technique to heal the injuries on the body, but its magic eye also exploded and the blood flowed continuously. It actually withstood a single blow from my 5-level supreme skill without dying. This sky spider has something special. However, it can survive one hit and cannot withstand a second hit. It still wanted to escape, but Yi Tian's 10-dimensional sword silk had already come and killed the spider directly. Subsequently, Yi Tian took away the body of the sky spider, and also took away the treasure it guarded, the 10-dimensional true tree. The 10-dimensional true tree is filled with a large number of 10-dimensional true fruits, but they are not yet fully mature. It is estimated that there will be 10 million extra-dimensional epochs before these 10-dimensional true fruits will mature. Then, Yi Tian sent a replica body to guard here, waiting for the 10-dimensional true fruit to mature, and then move the 10-dimensional true tree away after the 10-dimensional true fruit matures. It cannot be moved now, otherwise it will affect the ripening of Ganweijun fruit. The 10-dimensional true fruit is a really good thing. It is rumored that the 10-dimensional true fruit was born before many multi-dimensional catastrophes. It was obtained by a person in the 5th realm. After swallowing it, his cultivation level skyrocketed and he could easily break the bottleneck. If you practice normally and don't have enough resources, even if you go through 100 multi-dimensional tribulations, you can't even think about raising your cultivation to the peak of the 5th realm. However, many overlord-level super-dimensional forces in the 5th realm have cultivation levels at the peak of the 5th realm. Only by acquiring similar treasures and long years of hard training can they upgrade their cultivation to the 5th realm, peak. Time passed, and 10 million super-dimensional epochs passed. This day, the 10-dimensional true fruit is ripe. And at the moment when the 10-dimensional true fruit matured, a multi-dimensional catastrophe creature of the 5th realm attacked. Court death. Yi Tian used the 10-dimensional sword thread, and the dense sword thread tore through multiple dimensions, killing the 5th-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures hidden in the dark one by one. Suddenly, a special creature instantly jumped from the 10th dimension and went straight to the 10th dimensional true fruit. Yi Tian sensed the breath of multi-dimensional life from this creature. Obviously, this is a 5th-level multi-dimensional life. Multi-dimensional life is born in the 10th dimension and above. The weakest multi-dimensional life has the 5th level. Most multi-dimensional life has the strength of the 6th level, but it is extremely difficult to encounter multi-dimensional life. Unexpectedly, Yi Tian actually met a 5th-level multi-dimensional being, who was attracted by the 1-dimensional true fruit. Kill. Yi Tian's 10-dimensional sword thread was cut away, but this 5th-level multi-dimensional life was not simple either. The power of the 6-dimensional rules emerged on his body, but he still couldn't resist the 10-dimensional sword thread. In an instant, the 6-dimensional void was cut open, severely damaging this 5th-level multi-dimensional life. Immediately afterwards, the dense sword threads completely killed this multi-dimensional life. Immediately, he took away all the multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures and multi-dimensional life corpses in the 5th realm, and then took away the 1-dimensional true fruit and the ascending dimensional true tree. After coming back, Yi Tian began to retreat to refine the 10-dimensional true fruit. I have to say that the effect of the 10-dimensional true fruit is too terrifying. Yi Tian obviously felt that his cultivation level was skyrocketing. Compared with the slow improvement of cultivation level in the past, this was simply 1,000 times improvement effect. As each 10-dimensional true fruit was refined by him, his cultivation level was getting closer and closer to the late stage of the 5th realm. In the blink of an eye, 5 million extra-dimensional epochs of time have passed. Boom! With the help of the 10-dimensional true fruit, Yi Tian's cultivation base completed a breakthrough, reaching the late stage of the 5th realm, and his strength was slightly improved. There are still many 10-dimensional true fruits left, which may help me improve my cultivation to the peak of the 5th realm. He is ready to continue refining these 10-dimensional true fruits, but he is also ready to go to the 10th dimension to find more opportunities. A 5th-level person cannot stay in the 10th dimension for a long time, and can only stay for a short time. Even Yi Tian cannot stay in the 10th dimension forever, and he is suppressed in the 10th dimension. But now Yi Tian can copy the body of a multi-dimensional life in the 5th realm, and enter the 10th dimension as a multi-dimensional life to find more treasures. When the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death arrives, he can directly enter the 11th dimension to search for treasures. And if you are looking for treasures as a multi-dimensional being, you will probably not be besieged by a large number of multi-dimensional beings. If so, he may gain huge gains. Chapter 3331 Blood-Devouring Dimension Grass, Breakthrough of Will, 11th Dimension. Soon, Yi Tian copied a multi-dimensional life of the fifth realm, and its cultivation level was just at the late stage of the fifth realm. Immediately, he easily escaped into the 10th dimension. After entering the 10th dimension, he didn't feel suppressed at all. It was as if he had returned home. The environment here was too suitable for him, but the outside environment was not suitable for him. No wonder multi-dimensional life almost never appears in those territories. The environment in those territories is not suitable for multi-dimensional life. It would be very awkward to stay there. No multi-dimensional life likes to come out, unless it is forced, or to compete for some treasures. Yi Tian murmured. The 10th dimension. Yi Tian swims freely, just like a fish entering rivers and oceans, with extremely fast speed, and his will can explore very far distances. According to his understanding, the 10th dimension is boundless and vast. Although there are many treasures, it is not easy to find them. And almost all the real treasures are in the depths of the 10th dimension. When you escape from those super-dimensional territories into the 10th dimension, the locations that appear are all on the periphery. If you want to enter the depths, you must keep rushing. This results in these multi-dimensional beings being almost isolated from the outside world. Only during the multi-dimensional catastrophe will a large number of multi-dimensional beings enter the extra-dimensional territory. As time passed, Yi Tian went deeper and deeper into the 10th dimension. Soon, he sensed a multi-dimensional life of the 6th realm. Most of the multidimensional beings in the 6th realm exist in the 11th dimension, but the 1st dimension does not exist. For example, Yi Tian met him now. The opponent's huge body and terrifying aura made Yi Tian feel suffocated. But the other party just stared at Yi Tian, didn't care, and left directly. To this 6th-level multi-dimensional being, Yi Tian was just a weak multi-dimensional being that it encountered on the way, and there was no need to kill him. If a cultivator breaks into this place, it will probably be wiped out easily. This is the advantage of searching for treasures as a multi-dimensional life, at least it is safer. There is no civilization among multi-dimensional beings. These multi-dimensional beings all live their own lives and compete with each other. However, as long as they are not competing for resources, there are not many fights in normal times. Along the way, Yi Tian also encountered several multi-dimensional beings. He avoided them a little, but nothing happened. This day, Yi Tian came to the depths of the 10th dimension and found some good resource treasures. No matter what kind of resources they were, he would just take them away. What he needs most now is a treasure that can temper his soul and will. He wants to elevate his soul and will to the 11th dimension. As for the treasure that enhances the dimensional rules, it is enough for him to have the black statue, the dimensional rule treasure, and he does not need anything else for the time being. In the years that followed, Yi Tian fought with many multi-dimensional beings in the 5th realm in the depths of the 10th dimension, just to grab more cultivation resources. Gradually, his net worth becomes richer and richer, and he often gathers a second replica body to send some resources back. Most of the resources are of little use to him, but they can cultivate more 5th realms for the human race. This day, Yi Tian found a very 10th dimensional soul will treasure, blood-devouring dimension grass. This kind of treasure can temper the soul's will, but it has a flaw, that is, it will erode the blood power of multi-dimensional life. This leads to those multi-dimensional beings rarely using the blood-devouring dimension grass to temper the soul's will. But Yi Tian didn't care. He used his true body to copy his body to temper his soul and will. Even if his body was damaged, his soul and will were improved. If he shared it, other spiritual wills would also be promoted. When the time comes, just give up on this problematic replica body. Therefore, he planned to collect more blood-devouring dimension grass. However, his own collection speed is naturally not fast, and he cannot find too many blood-devouring dimension grasses in a short time. He thought about it and prepared to trade with other multi-dimensional beings. Although these multi-dimensional beings do not have a civilized system, they are not fools, and they can also trade. As long as they are given enough benefits, they will give out a lot of blood-devouring dimension grass or eat dimension grass for him. Yale, are you really willing to trade these items with me for the blood-devouring dimension grass? A multi-dimensional life that looked like a wild cow stared at Yi Tian curiously, somewhat disbelieving. Yes, the resources Yi Tian took out were all resources that were of some use to the multi-dimensional life in the 5th realm. The multi-dimensional bloodline that could refine multi-dimensional life was very attractive to multi-dimensional life, and he found it with great difficulty. Okay, I'm willing to trade. This multi-dimensional life quickly took out the blood-devouring dimension grass he had placed in a corner. There were about thousands of them. Although they were not well preserved, they were still usable. Yi Tian made a deal with them and obtained these blood-devouring dimension grasses. In the days that followed, Yi Tian exchanged a large amount of blood-devouring dimension grass through constant transactions, and sent a replica body back to the extra-dimensional territory. Territory No. 5333. Yi Tian's real copy body has obtained the large amount of dimensional blood-devouring grass and began to refine it to enhance his 10th dimensional soul will. Boom! A stream of blood-colored energy pours into the soul's will, constantly tempering it. At first, Yi Tian didn't feel much of the sequelae, but after using the blood-devouring dimension grass to refine it for a long time, his body was filled with a bloody aura that seemed to affect his body. However, after he changed into a replica body, his body had no effect. So, he was no longer afraid and continued to use the blood-devouring dimension grass to temper the soul will of the 10th dimension. The effect was very good, and the soul will of the 10th dimension improved very quickly. Gradually, Yi Tian's 10th dimensional soul will quickly improved with the help of the blood-devouring dimension grass. In a flash, another 1,000 extra-dimensional epochs of time passed. Yi Tian didn't know how much blood-devouring dimension grass he had refined, but he had raised his soul will to the limit of the 10th dimension, which was 10 steps away from the 10th dimension. He wants to take advantage of the 20 million extra-dimensional eras left to raise the soul will of the 10th dimension to the level of the 11th dimension. Tempering. Yi Tian spent a lot of blood-devouring dimension grass, and swallowed hundreds of blood-devouring dimension grass in one gulp, impacting the 3rd dimension. This day is even. Boom! With the help of these blood-devouring dimension grasses and various soul will tempering methods, Yi Tian's soul will finally broke the shackles, allowing the soul will of the 10th dimension to transform. Every moment, his soul and will are transforming and sublimating, which is a sign that he will be promoted to the 11th dimension. Chapter 3332 The multidimensional catastrophe of death is coming. After a long time, boom, Yi Tian's soul and will completed the transformation and officially entered the 11th dimension. He tested it with the 1,000 dimensions technique, and his soul and will instantly entered the 11th dimension. It's done, the soul will of the 11th dimension. After Yi Tian's soul and will were upgraded to the 11th dimension, his strength also improved a lot. The power of the 10th dimensional will secret skill was even slightly improved. It would be even more terrifying if he realized the secret skill of will in the 11th dimension. But this will be difficult. Even an invincible being in the 5th realm like the Lord of Tianwei realm has not realized the secret art of will in the 11th dimension. If he had really realized it, he might not have perished. Moreover, the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death is coming, and he has no time to realize the secret knowledge of the 11th dimension of will. In the days that followed, he continued to refine the blood-devouring dimension grass, but the effect was mediocre, not as good as before, but it was still better than nothing. Therefore, he continued to collect blood-devouring dimension grass and continued to temper his soul will, which was improving at a slow speed. At the same time, he was also looking for more treasures from the depths of the void in the 10th dimension, so he naturally had to fight with some extremely powerful multidimensional beings in the 5th realm. Relying on the 567 six-dimensional rules, he has no problem keeping his life, but if he really encounters that kind of extremely evil 5th-level multidimensional life, his multidimensional life replica body is undoubtedly not enough. Moreover, he also discovered one thing, that is, the 6th realm of the 10th dimension appeared many times, and some 6th realm multidimensional beings wandered around the periphery of the 10th dimension many times. This is the number of times he has discovered it, and the number of times he has not discovered it is probably even greater. Obviously, this represents a signal that the multidimensional catastrophe of death is coming, and these 6th realm multidimensional beings are also looking for opportunities. During the multidimensional catastrophe of death, opportunities that all multidimensional beings in the 6th realm long for will inevitably arise. Otherwise, multidimensional lives in the 6th realm will not be attracted. Some 6th-level multidimensional beings may just snatch opportunities, but some 6th-level multidimensional beings will destroy everything, or destroy extra-dimensional territories in battles. This is the real disaster. Time flies, and there are only more than 1 million extra-dimensional epochs left before the arrival of the multidimensional catastrophe of death. By this time, Tuval had finished. And just after the small multidimensional tribulation, many extra-dimensional territories have been severely destroyed, and there are even many AFCB extra-dimensional territories that have been destroyed. This is all caused by the battle at the 5th level. The multidimensional catastrophe of death is getting closer and closer. Yi Tian recalls all the exposed human beings. If he still doesn't come back, then he has no choice but to give up. All the powerful people in the race know about the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. If you don't come back at the critical moment and delay time because of some trivial matters, then you are committing suicide. Fortunately, such human races are extremely rare, maybe they are trapped somewhere. If it can be rescued, Yi Tian will also send strong human beings to rescue him. Gradually, countless human races stayed in territory No. 5333. Those who remained in territory number 7362 and some human races scattered in other territories were all taken back by Yi Tian. After doing all this, Yi Tian quietly waited for the day when the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death would come. Gradually, more than 1 million extra-dimensional epochs of time passed. The multi-dimensional catastrophe of death is coming. This day, in territory No. 5333, Yi Tian took out the 10-dimensional Heaven Gate Tower of 13 Tribulations and placed it in the void. At this time, countless human super-dimensional realms have enveloped the worlds into the 10-dimensional Tianguan Tower. Countless human weaklings are scattered in the 10 bedrooms of the U-dimensional Guan Tower under the protection of the super-dimensional realm. In order to ensure the safety of the human race, Yi Tian also transformed the world in the 10-dimensional Tianguan Tower to make it suitable for the survival of the human race. After all, they will live in the 10-dimensional Gate Tower for an extremely long time, and naturally they have to transform the environment to be suitable for human survival. At the same time, the human race's resource treasure trove and other items were all brought into the 10-dimensional Sky Gate Tower. Those who were really difficult to take away had to choose to give up. After a period of time, all human races moved to the 10-dimensional Heavenly Gate Tower. And each copy of Yi Tian's body is sitting in this territory, waiting for the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death to arrive. At this time, a figure from the 5th realm came over and said, "Master Yi Tian, please allow my people to enter the 10-dimensional Heavenly Gate Tower. I am willing to hand over all resources." "Roll," Yi Tian Leng shouted. "If you still don't leave, just stay here." A wisp of sword thread appeared. It seemed as if he was going to kill this 5th-level guy in the next second. The 5th realm's pupils shrank and ran away without saying a word. He could see that it was the supreme secret skill of the 5 realms. No matter how many more, he would be killed instantly. How dare he stay? Yi Tian looked at the escaped 5th realm and sneered. "You still want me to sympathize with you and protect your people? If this starts, countless family forces will come to Serbs. Am I stupid?" Some time passed. This day, the multidimensional catastrophe of death has officially arrived. Wow! Waves of death catastrophe force were born, like a super-dimensional storm, sweeping across the super-dimensional territories. Territory No. 6000. Countless creatures, including those in the extra-dimensional realm, have not yet realized that the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death is coming. They are too backward and do not know the horror of the multi-dimensional catastrophe at all. In an instant, wisps of death tribulation emerged, sweeping across the extra-dimensional realms. I saw the superdimensional realms collapse and dissipate one by one, and countless creatures fell under the force of death. In the 2nd level, Yi Zun sacrificed all his treasures in an attempt to withstand the force of death. Result: in an instant, everything turned into dust. All those forces dissipated. After a breath, territory number 6000 and other territories all turned into death territories, and not a single creature survived. Same reason. The same applies to the territory of No. 5000. A large number of super-dimensional realms have fallen, and they are simply unable to withstand the death force of the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. Some extra-dimensional realms hidden in various ruins were not able to escape and were annihilated along with the ruins. Yi Tian looked at the super-dimensional territories that were sinking and being annihilated one by one, without even taking a glance. This is the inevitable ending and there is no way to change it. If he is not strong enough, he will also fall into the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. He just wants to survive the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death and doesn't think about other things. Of course, he has a high chance of surviving. He even has a multi-dimensional life copy body left in the 10th dimension. Even if the fighting in the 10th dimension is fierce, it will not prevent him from leaving a copy body. If you want to truly obliterate him, you must use the 6 realm's supreme secret skill to follow his cloned body and kill all of his cloned bodies. But the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death will not lead to the existence of the supreme secret knowledge of the 6 realms. Chapter 3333 Void Golden Rock. There are more than 4000 territories, and there are more extra-dimensional realms here. However, if you look down at those extra-dimensional territories from the 10th dimension, you will find that each of the extra-dimensional realms is shattering like bubbles, and countless creatures are annihilated in an instant. The headquarters of many forces were torn apart easily like paper. A top 4th level person thought that he could survive the force of death, but no matter how the opponent operated his innate multi-dimensional body, he was still wiped out by the force of death. Only a handful of people in the 4th realm survived on their own. Most of them needed to rely on the formations arranged by the 5th realm or survive under the protection of the 5th realm. Gradually, the death catastrophe calmed down, and the death void was filled with terrible death catastrophe, and almost all the extra-dimensional realms here were destroyed. Only a few extra-dimensional realms are within the large formation of Nanshan-level extra-dimensional forces. Only then could it barely survive. After the death calamity subsides, the destructive power is not as great as it was at the beginning, but the general 4th level cannot be touched. Only the 4th level with Tianguan level combat power can barely survive or prepare protection against the death calamity. Thing. Territory No. 5333. Yi Tian saw that the force of the death calamity had subsided, and then he felt that nothing happened to the human race inside the 10-dimensional Heavenly Gate Tower, the innate multi-dimensional treasure of the 13 calamities, and he breathed a sigh of relief. Immediately, he put away the 10-dimensional Heavenly Gate Tower, protected this innate multi-dimensional treasure at all times, and then found a place to hide it. His other cloned bodies are scattered throughout the territory of more than 4,000 numbers, waiting for the opportunity of the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death to arrive. There are many opportunities for the birth of such a multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. He naturally wants to use such opportunities to continue to improve his strength, even at the cost of competing with the 6th realm for resources. And he also wants to send a replica body to the 11th dimension. The 11th dimension also has many resources, and it is usually impossible to go there, but now under the influence of the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death, the 5th realm can also go to the 11th dimension. However, how can a normal 5th realm dare to go to the 11th dimension? But Yi Tian dares. The resources in the 11th dimension are very good, and there is even hope of finding resources suitable for cultivation in the 6th realm. However, this kind of resources must be extremely rare. After all, there are also multi-dimensional beings in the 6th realm in the 11th dimension. Even if the number is not large, they will also collect resources, and many resources must have been taken away by them. Therefore, even if he enters the 11th dimension, Yi Tian does not expect to obtain massive resources. He can only strive to find some resources that the multi-dimensional beings in the 6th realm disdain. Those resources that he looked down upon might also be extremely precious to him. Whoosh! Yi Tian's clone body physically crossed into the 11th dimension, and he immediately used the Great Realm armor to hide his aura. The reason why he did not enter here with the 5th realm multidimensional life clone body was because the 5th realm multidimensional life dared to enter the 10th dimension. One-dimensional beings may not necessarily end well, and they are still easily attacked by multi-dimensional beings in the 6th realm. Therefore, he simply came in with his own cloned body, so that the strength he exerted was extremely powerful, comparable to the weaker 6th level multi-dimensional life. The suppression of the 11th dimension is very powerful, but it is nothing to me. Yi Tian carefully traveled through the 11th dimension. Time passed slowly. During this period, as long as Yi Tian sensed the breath of multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm, he would escape directly. Moreover, since he has hidden his aura, some 6th level multi-dimensional beings will not really hunt him down. Only a very small number of 6th level multi-dimensional beings will hunt him down. This day, Yi Tian encountered a 6th level multi-dimensional being with a brain cramp and was chasing him. This 6th level multi-dimensional life is the void golden rock among multi-dimensional lives. It is famous for its speed. Even Yi Tian is far inferior to this 6th level multi-dimensional life in terms of speed. Moreover, the other party also controls the 6-dimensional rules. If Yi Tian masters the 5-level supreme skill of 10-dimensional void technique, he can cross a long territory in an instant, which can greatly increase his speed, so that he can get rid of this void golden rock again and again. But Void Jinpeng quickly caught up with him, which made him very helpless. Escape, escape, keep running. Yi Tian's cultivation level is still low. Even with the 5th level and 10-dimensional void technique, he still can't get rid of 6th level multi-dimensional beings like the void golden rock. 0. In the end, he was caught up. Rumble. Yi Tian started fighting with this void golden rock, and after just a few moves, he was severely injured. However, this void golden rock did not kill him, but captured his replica body. Seeing this, Yi Tian did not immediately dissolve the replica body, but wanted to follow Void Jinping and see what Void Jinyu wanted to do. I saw the Void Jinping snatching Yi Tian away, quickly shuttled, and soon came to an area in the 11th dimension. At this time, Void Jinping said, "Little guy, you come in here, take out something for me, and I will let you go." Void Golden Rock, what do you want me to take? 0. Yi Tian frowned. Void Jinping said coldly, "This is the inheritance place of an invincible being in the 6th realm. After the other party died, he left the inheritance place in the 11th dimension and I found it. However, multi-dimensional life is not allowed here. Entering, only practitioners of the 5th realm are allowed to enter. I have captured some practitioners of the 5th realm over these countless years, but they all failed and fell inside. It just so happens that your strength makes me very satisfied. With invincible strength in the 5 realms, maybe you can bring me the treasure from inside." Only then did Yi Tian understand Void Jinping's plan, which was to let him enter here to obtain treasures. However, isn't Void Jinping afraid that he will hide inside and not come out? Maybe, he will cultivate to the 6th level here, and then Void Golden Peng will still have hope to capture him. But soon, he knew why Void Jinping was not afraid. I saw a golden wheel mark flying out from the center of Void Jinping's eyebrows. This golden wheel mark went directly into the depths of Yi Tian's soul and will, locking the origin of his soul. If you dare to get the treasure but don't come out, this Void Golden Wheel mark will directly annihilate the origin of your soul and kill it. Void Golden Rock threatened, and it also gave Yi Tian a time limit, which is 100 million super-dimensional epochs. If Yi Tian's 100 million super-dimensional epochs still don't come out, then the Void Golden Rock will activate the Void Golden Wheel mark. Day by day, Chapter 3334 Multidimensional Killing Body. Yi Tian sneered in his heart. He was naturally not afraid of the Void Golden Wheel mark of the Void Golden Rock. A mere mark can only kill his copy body, but it cannot kill his entire body. Therefore, he can completely ignore this mark. Of course, he still showed fear on the surface and nodded repeatedly to express his willingness to enter and take out the treasure. Later, under the urging of Void Golden Rock, he entered this inheritance place. The 6th realm is an invincible inheritance place. I don't know what dangers there are. As soon as Yi Tian came in here, he did not encounter danger. He only felt that this world was filled with endless murderous intent, and there was a huge stone monument far away. Other than that, there's not much. He immediately began to condense the second copy body. In this way, even if Void Jinping immediately wiped 270 to kill one of his copy bodies, his other copy body would still be here and would not be affected. This section of the road is dangerous. Yi Tian did not rush over. He saw that many 5th realms had fallen in this distance. The corpses of those 5th realms were there, already riddled with holes. He urged the void of the 6th dimension to spread over. In an instant, waves of murderous intent struck, directly breaking through the void of his 6th dimension, and a ray of murderous intent struck, directly damaging his body. What a terrifying power! Yi Tian frowned slightly. That is to say, he was invincible in the 5th realm, and he could withstand a ray of murderous intent without dying. If he were in other 5th realms, he would have died immediately after this wave of temptation. No wonder so many people in the 5th realm died here, they couldn't bear the killing intent. It is worthy of being an invincible inheritance place in the 6th realm. It is simply not an opportunity for the normal 5th realm. You have to study it carefully to see if there is any way to get past it. Yi Tian sat cross-legged and studied here. Outside world. On the territory of number 4000, the influence of the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death continues to threaten the 5th realm, and many multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures of death have been born. Each of these creatures has the strength of the 5th realm. Even if they are encountered by ordinary 5th realm creatures, they may be easily killed. As for the multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm, it has not yet appeared. Unless there is a very important opportunity for birth, multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm will not come out. The original intention of the multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm is to compete for opportunities, not to destroy the extra-dimensional territory. Anyway, those in the 5th realm will not die in a short period of time, and Yi Tian does not have to worry about the safety of the human race. Moreover, the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death lasts for a long time, at least for 1 billion extra-dimensional epochs. Time flies. Tens of thousands of extra-dimensional epochs have passed. At this time, Yi Tian already had an initial idea of how to spend this distance. The murderous intention here is actually the murderous intention of a multi-dimensional catastrophe, which was condensed to the extreme by the invincible being in the sixth realm, and then arranged here in the form of a formation, turning it into a natural murderous formation. If Wu comes in and touches these murderous intentions, he will be attacked. If you want to directly destroy this murderous formation, you will definitely not be able to do it without the strength at the peak of the sixth realm. Understand the rules of the 7 dimensions, use the rules of the 7 dimensions in conjunction with the supreme secrets of the 5 realms, and forcefully rush through. There is more than a 70% chance of earning gold. But Yi Tian is still far away from comprehending the rules of the 7 dimensions. Then, there is only one way left, which is to create an innate multi-dimensional Tao body that can absorb murderous intent, so that we can get through. For Yi Tian, there is currently only the third way, which is to create an innate multi-dimensional Taoist body that absorbs this multi-dimensional catastrophic murderous intention. After, he used replica bodies for testing, personally absorbed the power of murder, and analyzed its ingredients. Boom! A replica body completely collapsed and died after sustaining 10 consecutive attacks of murderous intent. The murderous intention contains the power of 13 multi-dimensional catastrophes, no wonder it is so terrifying. Yi Tian murmured. Then, he continued to try to absorb it and tested it with a replica body. Time passed, and in a blink of an eye, 50 million super-dimensional eras passed. After taking such a long time, Yi Tian finally created an innate multi-dimensional Taoist body that could absorb murderous intent. However, he was just a startup and currently only had 2 levels. In fact, this innate multi-dimensional Taoist body was too difficult to create. But the 2 realms were enough for Yi Tianchuang to pass through. Yi Tian named this innate multi-dimensional body the multi-dimensional killing body. Absorb. Yi Tian absorbed a ray of murderous intent, and after holding it with force, he slowly absorbed and refined this ray of murderous intent. Soon, Yi Tian started to master the multi-dimensional killing body. After that, he absorbed wisps of murderous intent and relied on the multi-dimensional murderous body to survive. Then his resistance to murderous intent increased and he would not be seriously injured easily. In the blink of an eye, hundreds of thousands of extra-dimensional epochs have passed, and he has cultivated the multi-dimensional killing body to the 2nd level of Dacheng limit. After that, he perfected the 3rd level and reached the limit of the 3rd official battle. It was a bit difficult to create the 4th level, so he did not continue to create and was ready to try. Boom! Yi Tian's dimensional body exploded, combined with the multi-dimensional killing body, the 6-dimensional void, and the 5-level supreme skill of the 10-dimensional void, and rushed towards the location of the stone tablet. Rumble! Wisps of murderous intent came towards Yi Tian, as if they were about to cover him. If it were before, with so many murderous intentions coming, he could definitely be easily killed. But now, he relied on the multi-dimensional murderous body of the 3rd level of Dacheng's ultimate limit to weaken the attack damage of the murderous intent and withstand it. Boom! Yi Tian crossed this distance and came to the foot of the stone tablet, but was also severely injured. Finally here, Yi Tian breathed a sigh of relief. Now, the inheritance is right in front of us. Let the duplicate body controlled by the golden rock of the void be annihilated. 4.6 Yi Tian let the replica body take the initiative to enter the murderous formation, and was killed by the murderous intent. Outside the place of inheritance, the void golden rock sensed that the void golden wheel mark had dissipated, and immediately frowned. I didn't expect that even such an invincible existence in the 5th realm, which is comparable to the weaker 6th realm's combat power, would die here. Could it be that it is impossible for the 5th realm to obtain that a 6th level inheritance? Forget it, leave. He has given up on the inheritance here. Moreover, the multidimensional catastrophe of death has come, and it also wants to see if there is a big opportunity. If there is, it has to participate. In front of the stone monument, Yi Tian willed his way into it. Boom! He saw a majestic figure. Its aura was so terrifying that just a shadow seemed to be enough to kill him. This is the horror of the invincible existence in the 6th realm. Chapter 3335 The most powerful secret skill in the 5 realms. I saw this 6th realm invincible being slashed away with a sword. The terrifying power seemed to destroy endless territories and cut through countless dimensions. However, Yi Tian was quickly attracted by this terrifying sword. This is not a supreme secret. It seems to be even more terrifying than a supreme secret. Yi Tian was shocked. He originally thought that the supreme skill was the most powerful move, but after seeing this move, he knew he was wrong. Immediately afterwards, an inheritance poured into his mind. Immediately, the stone tablet became plain and simple, and there was no longer any mystery. He knew that he could only obtain this inheritance, and forget about other benefits. The most powerful secret skill in the 5 realms. This is the inheritance that Yi Tian has obtained, but this 5-realm strongest secret cannot be practiced because it was not created by him and can only be used as a reference. But after understanding the most powerful secrets in the 5 realms, he realized that there was also the most powerful secrets above the supreme secrets. If someone in the 5th realm understands the most powerful secrets of the 5th realm, he can leapfrog and kill the beings in the 6th realm very easily. The cultivation requirements for the most powerful secret art in the 5 realms are the 11th dimension, the rules of the 7th dimension, plus 7 and 8 multi-dimensional Tao bodies 05. It is necessary to fuse these 3 powers to turn into the most powerful secret art. It is more than 10 times more difficult to create the most powerful secret skill in the 5 realms than to create the supreme secret skill in the 5 realms. Fortunately, he had obtained the supreme secrets of the 5th realm from this invincible warrior in the 6th realm, and the difficulty was suddenly reduced tenfold. But even so, it is difficult for him to create the most powerful secret skill in the 5 realms. And he still does not meet the requirements for the most powerful secret skill in the 5 realms, so he has not yet understood the rules of the 7 dimensions. If he cannot understand the rules of the 7 dimensions, he will not be able to use the most powerful secret skill in the 5 realms, and he will not be able to start research. We have to find a way to quickly understand the rules of the 7 dimensions. Yi Tian murmured, but he already has the treasure of dimensional rules, and he can comprehend the dimensional rules very quickly, far beyond other 5th realms. If he wants to continue to speed up, it will be too difficult. No, I can speed up my understanding again. I am now using the multi-dimensional wisdom light and the multi-dimensional treasure realm to comprehend the treasure of dimensional rules. The multi-dimensional wisdom light is the innate multi-dimensional secret skill of Kashyapa wisdom, but Kashyapa wisdom only has in the 3rd level. I can definitely create the 4th level. The multi-dimensional treasure mirror is a quasi-innate multi-dimensional treasure. If he finds such a treasure at the innate multi-dimensional treasure level, the effect will be even better. Yi Tian thought so. In the past, he didn't think of this because he was not in a hurry, but now he is very anxious and wants to understand the rules of the 7 dimensions faster. Then, in the following days, Yi Tian tried his best to create the 4th layer of Kashyapa's wisdom body. Although it was a bit difficult for him, it was not too difficult, and it was much easier than creating his own multi-dimensional body. In addition, he is also collecting treasures that are similar to the effects of multi-dimensional treasure mirrors, but reach the level of innate multi-dimensional treasures. There are many innate multi-dimensional treasures in territory number 4000, and he does not believe that there are no such treasures. He also knows some 5th realms. Although the relationship is not very good, but now facing the multi-dimensional catastrophe period of death, many 5th realms will fall at any time. If they trade with them and give them treasures that can enhance their strength, they should still be willing. Yi Tian communicated with some 5th realms and made simple transactions. He took out some life-saving resources in exchange for a lot of useful information, and finally knew which 5th realms had innate abilities that could be deduced and analyzed. Multidimensional treasure. Master Luo Qing, I didn't expect him to have this kind of treasure. It's really destined. His Kangchong wood blade came from Master Luo Qing, and now it seems that he has to talk to Master Luo Qing again. Supreme Qingzong. This day, Yi Tian came here to visit King Luo Jing. At this time, the entire Supreme Qing sect is shrouded in countless formations. Use these formations to resist the force of death. Otherwise, the force of death will rush into the Supreme Qing sect, and countless disciples will fall and die. The arrival of Yi Tian caused the expressions of several 5th-level members of the Supreme Qing sect to change drastically. If Yi Tian takes the opportunity to attack the Supreme Qing sect and destroy the formation of the Supreme Qing sect, then the Supreme Qing sect will suffer heavy losses. Master Yi Tian, what are you going to do? The voice of Realm Master Luo Qing came. Master Luo Qing, I want to trade an innate multi-dimensional treasure with you, the 10 shuttle golden plate. Yi Tian stated his purpose. 10 golden plates. Realm Master Luo Qing does not care much about this innate multi-dimensional treasure. It is just an ordinary innate multi-dimensional treasure that has not even reached a calamity, but why should he trade with Yi Tian? Master Yi Tian, the 10 shu gold plate is of great use to me. I don't know how to trade. You can leave. Realm Master Luo Qing said coldly. Yi Tian knew that the master of Luo Qing would not agree easily, so he made his request. I can trade with the Kangchong wooden blade. The Kangchong wooden blade is an innate multi-dimensional treasure of the three tribulations, while the 10 shuttle golden plate is just an ordinary innate multi-dimensional treasure. It also has huge side effects and is of no use to you. If you are willing, we can trade now. When the Kangchong wooden blade was mentioned, Lord Luoqing became very angry. It was his innate multi-dimensional treasure weapon, but it was snatched away by Yi Tian, and now it is used to trade with him. This is disgusting to him. However, he does need the sky wooden blade to increase his strength by 803. Without the celestial wooden blade, his strength would have been reduced by at least 10% or even 20%, and the 10 shuttle golden plate was indeed of no use to him. The truly rational behavior was trading. But there was no way he was going to trade like this. It's not enough. The sky wood blade is my treasure. If you trade it with me, I will still lose. You need to trade with me for other treasures, otherwise you'd better leave. Realm Master Luoqing guessed that Yi Tian was in urgent need of the 10 shu gold plate, so he dared to raise the price. He did not believe that Yi Tian would give up like this. Yi Tian was silent for a long time, and then he said, "Okay, I will give you another 1 Kalpa innate multi-dimensional treasure level defensive weapon in exchange for your 10 spin gold plate. If you are not willing, then I will leave immediately." A defensive innate multi-dimensional treasure. Realm Master Luoqing was immediately moved and responded, "Okay, I agree." He was afraid that Yi Tian would regret it. Whoosh. Realm Master Luoqing came out from the Supreme Qing sect, holding a 10-spin gold plate. And Yi Tian also took out the Kangchong wooden blade and another defensive innate multi-dimensional treasure and made a deal with the master of Luoqing. On the surface, Luoqing Realm Master made a lot of money and Qing suffered a big loss. But for Yi Tian, he is the real big earner. Chapter 3336 The Fifth Peak Realm. Now that I have the 10 shuttle golden plate, I can understand the rules of dimensions faster. After, Yi Tian used the 10 shuttle golden plate to comprehend the black statue of the supreme treasure of dimensional rules, and continued to create the fourth layer of Kashyapa's wisdom body. Hundreds of thousands of extra-dimensional epochs later, the fourth level of Kashyapa's intelligent body was finally created by him. Ever since, Yi Tian used the multi-dimensional wisdom light of the fourth layer of Kashyapa's wisdom body and the 10-spin gold plate to comprehend the treasure of dimensional rules, and his efficiency far exceeded that of the past. According to this efficiency, he can completely understand the rules of the 7 dimensions in at most 100 million super-dimensional epochs of time. Time flies. Yi Tian's dimensional rules have improved rapidly, and he is also always paying attention to the situation in the super-dimensional territory. During this period of time, the multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures that died in the multi-dimensional catastrophe were born one after another, and various treasures were also born one after another. Fighting was very frequent. The headquarters of the Overlord-level forces had been breached, resulting in the destruction of the Overlord-level forces. Only those few the Fifth Realm successfully escaped. There were also people in the Fifth Realm of extra-dimensional realm who were very unlucky. They encountered the very terrifying Fifth Realm of multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures and were directly killed. There were also multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures from the Fifth Realm that came to Yi Tian, but were directly bombarded by Yi Tian. For now, he doesn't have any trouble here. Territory No. 4506. A treasure tree was born here, which took root here and continued to spread and grow, penetrating into the 10th dimension. Soon, someone from the Fifth Realm discovered this place and wanted to seize this precious tree. Because they approached here, they found that cultivation became easier. This treasure tree actually had the effect of accelerating cultivation, and it was also full of fruits. It might be able to greatly improve the cultivation of the Fifth Realm. However, there are also some dead multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures, and they also gather around, waiting for the fruits to mature. On the territory of number 4000, the top Fifth Realm people are all excited. If such a treasure is captured, it will definitely greatly increase the strength of the force. But the fruit is not yet ripe, so there is no point in snatching it now. So, they continued to wait. Anyway, no multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm has appeared yet, so they still dare to give it a try and snatch some fruits. If they can snatch this precious tree, that would be even better. In the blink of an eye, another 10 million extra-dimensional eras of time have passed. This day, the fruit is about to ripen. Immediately, a person named Peak of the 5th Realm came here, including the Realm Master Luoqing. These 5th-level super-dimensional realms do not say anything, but directly take action. Kill. These 5th realms fought with the multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures, just to snatch the ripe fruits. Rumble. The battle was very fierce, but fortunately they all deliberately avoided this precious tree, otherwise this precious tree would have been affected. Soon, a fifth-level man relied on a strange multi-dimensional secret skill to arrive in front of the treasure tree in an instant, grabbed a few fruits and ran away. He did not dare to covet more fruits, otherwise he would definitely die. There were also multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures that took a bite of a fruit and swallowed it directly. When the battle is so fierce and the snatching of fruits is extremely crazy. Threads of sword slashed from the 10th dimension. Puff puff puff. One after another, the multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures were killed, and then the sword blade directly cut off the treasure tree from the deepest part of the root system. Then, a figure crossed over from the 10th dimension and grabbed the precious tree with one hand. Keep the precious tree. One by one, the fifth realm instinct roared. But as Yi Tian knocked them away with one hand, they calmed down. It's Lord Yi Tian. These fifth realms dare not take action. But those multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures still dared to take action. Then Yi Tian waved his hand, and the dense sword threads killed these fifth-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures instantly. The supreme secret knowledge of the 5 realms, combined with the rules of the 6 dimensions. Yi Tian can already kill these fifth-realm multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures instantly. Quote exclamation mark quote. Yi Tian Leng shouted. Those in the 5th realm were so frightened that they ran away. How could they dare to stay here? How can the strength of Yi Tian Realm Master be so terrifying? The 5 realms of supreme secrets and the rules of 6 dimensions are much more powerful than when we besieged him last time. Realm Master Luo Qing said in fear. If Yi Tian wants to kill him, he can be killed instantly with one move. Fortunately, Yi Tian didn't attack him. He probably regarded him as an ant and didn't bother to kill him. After this battle, those in the 5th realm all knew Yi Tian's strength and his invincible fighting power in the 5th realm. There were even those in the 5th realm who wanted to join Yi Tian, but Yi Tian refused. Red Flame Dragon Clan. In a void enveloped by countless formations. Jui Muchalong also heard rumors from the outside world, rumors about Yi Tian. Backquote, the Realm Master Yi Tian is already invincible in the 5th realm. Comprehended the supreme secrets of the 5 realms, the rules of the 6 dimensions, the soul will of the 11th dimension. Hiss, this is comparable to the legendary Lord of Tianwei realm. Jui Muchalong was shocked. He originally thought that Yi Tian's strength was only top-notch in the 5th realm, but he didn't expect that he was invincible. It has to be said that the defeat of the Chisha Realm Master of the Red Flame Dragon Clan is too normal. If Yi Tian had not shown mercy, he could have killed the Chisha Realm Master with one move. A mysterious place. The Master of the Realm of Annihilation opened his eyes. The Master of the Realm Yi Tian is invincible in the 5th realm. He is really a monster. If you want to catch up with him, you can't do it. Immediately, he closed his eyes and continued to practice. And the aura on his body is already in the 5th realm. If Yi Tian knew that the Master of the Realm of Annihilation had broken through to the 5th realm, he would probably be very surprised. The years that followed, Yi Tian often killed some multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures in the 5th realm, and Zhao Haohao snatched more and more treasures. The treasures that can be born in the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death are not ordinary treasures. They are of great help to the 5th realm, and many of them can improve cultivation. For example, the treasure tree that was snatched last time can help improve the cultivation level, and its fruits can even improve the cultivation level of the 5th realm. The effect is very good. Yi Tian placed this treasure tree in the 13 Tribulations innate multi-dimensional treasure, the 10-dimensional Tianguan Tower, so that those humans can practice around this treasure tree, and their cultivation will improve very quickly. The first level of the extra-dimensional realm can easily raise the cultivation level to the first level of the peak realm. And Yi Tian continues to improve his cultivation with the help of those fruits. Maybe it won't take too long for him to upgrade his cultivation to the peak of the 5th realm. On this day in the 50 millionth superdimensional epoch. With the help of those fruits, Yi Tian finally raised his cultivation level to the peak of the 5th realm, and his strength improved again. Chapter 3337 Understand the rules of the 7 dimensions. The peak cultivation level of the 5th realm is the limit of the 5th realm, and one step further will reach the 6th realm. But it is very difficult to break through from the 5th realm to the 6th realm. Countless 5th realms cannot break through to the 6th realm. If the 5th realm wants to break through to the 6th realm, one of the most basic requirements is that the soul and will must step into the 11th dimension, and the minimum level of dimensional rules must be 5-dimensional rules. Of course, the higher the realm of dimensional rules, the higher the chance of breakthrough. If one understands the rules of 7 dimensions, then the chance of breakthrough is almost 100%. However, if you want to break through from the 5th realm to the 6th realm, the real difficulty is not like this. If you want to improve the dimensional rules and soul will, relying on endless long years, there is still hope, but there are still countless 5th realms that cannot be broken through. The real difficulty lies in the dimensional space within the body. If the 5th realm wants to break through to the 6th realm, it is necessary to make the internal dimension void and turn it into reality. Only then can it truly trigger transformation, break the shackles, and advance to the 6th realm. This step has blocked countless 5th realms, and even if the 6th realm is allowed to break through again, it may not be possible to break through. If you want to make the dimension void and turn it into reality, there are generally 2 methods. The first method is to intercept a fragment of the 11-dimensional real dimension and integrate it into the body, thereby completely transforming the dimensional void and completing the transformation from virtual reality to reality. However, 610 fragments of the real dimension of the 11th dimension are so rare. This requires a terrifying war to break out in the 11th dimension, breaking a corner of the 11th dimension, thus giving birth to a fragment, and you have to obtain this fragment. It is conceivable that know the reason for the difficulty. The second way is to find resources that can make the void in the body's body become reality. During the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death, this type of treasure may be born. During the last multi-dimensional catastrophe of death, a person in the 6th realm was born. It was through finding this kind of resource that he could turn the emptiness of the dimensions in his body into reality. But Yi Tian also learned a breakthrough method from the mouth of the 10-dimensional Tianguan Tower artifact spirit. That is to understand the dimensional rules to the 9th level. As long as you understand the 9th dimensional rules, the dimensional void in the body will automatically evolve and become reality, thus easily breaking through to the 6th level. But this method was almost abandoned, because it is almost impossible for the 5th realm to understand the rules of the 9 dimensions. However, understanding the rules of the 9 dimensions is the truly perfect way to break through. No matter what resources, treasures, or fragments of the 11th dimension are used, this is all done with the help of foreign objects to force a breakthrough. Perhaps I still have hope of understanding the rules of the 9th dimension, but I should first understand the rules of the 7th dimension, and then create the strongest secrets of the 5th realm. Then my strength will far exceed that of the ordinary 6th realm. Yi Tian murmured, only with the powerful combat power of the 6th realm can he completely protect the human race and survive the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. Only then can he have enough time to slowly comprehend the dimensional rules. Otherwise, he will never be able to comprehend the 9th dimensional rules. Time passes. In a flash, tens of millions of extra-dimensional epochs have passed. This day, Yi Tian finally understood the rules of the 7 dimensions, and an extremely powerful aura erupted from his body, and his combat effectiveness increased again. Now, his combat power has surpassed that of the Tianwei realm master, and not by a little bit. The rules of the 7 dimensions, who in the 5th realm can do it? There is definitely no one who can do it in the 4000 realm, but there may be someone in the 5th realm in the upper realm. After comprehending the rules of the 7 dimensions, Yi Tian tried to create his own supreme secret of the 5 realms. He activated the 10-spindle golden plate and the light of multi-dimensional wisdom to analyze and create his own supreme secret of the 5 realms. Fortunately, he has the inheritance of the 6th realm's most powerful 5 realms secrets. He does not need to create it from scratch. He can completely absorb the essence of the opponent's 5 realms' most powerful secrets and constantly imitate it to create his own AFCG 5 realms' most powerful secrets. This method is the fastest, but the 5 realms of the most powerful secrets created are definitely not the top, but as long as they meet the 5 realms of the most powerful secrets, he can greatly increase his strength. At the same time, a copy of Yi Tian's body is still trying to use the power of death to improve the 10-shuttle golden plate, an ordinary innate multi-dimensional treasure. He wants to raise the level of the Yushu gold plate. If it is raised to the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd calamity, its effect will definitely skyrocket. Under normal circumstances, it takes a multi-dimensional catastrophe of death to hope to upgrade an innate multi-dimensional treasure by 1 catastrophe, and the higher the level, the more difficult it is. For example, for an innate multi-dimensional treasure after 3 tribulations, it may take several or even 10 multi-dimensional tribulations before it can be promoted to the next level. But now is the period of the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. The power of the death tribulation of the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death far exceeds that of other multi-dimensional catastrophes. It can definitely make the Shanwu multi-dimensional treasure Ning rise faster. Subsequently, Yi Tian also created a secret technique to help the innate multi-dimensional treasure to advance, and then used this secret technique to temper the 10-spin gold plate all the time. Sure enough, it didn't take much time for the 10-shuttle golden plate to completely advance to the level of a calamity. After that, he continued to help Shishu Jinpan advance, but it was difficult to advance from one calamity to two calamities. It was impossible to do it in a short time, and it would take at least tens of millions of extra-dimensional eras. In a flash, tens of millions of extra-dimensional epochs passed, and the Kaishu golden plate successfully advanced to the second calamity level. At this time, the 10-pivot golden plate has far surpassed it. It is very effective in analyzing and comprehending the rules of dimensions. Naturally, it can help better create the most powerful magic in the 5 realms. And after such a long period of creation, Yi Tian is about to create the most powerful secret skill in the 5 realms. Another 10 million extra-dimensional epochs of time have passed. This day, Yi Tian finally created the most powerful secret skill in the 5 realms. Break. A terrifying sword light shattered the void of the 10th dimension, shattering pieces of dimensional fragments. It's a pity that these dimension fragments are dimension fragments of the 10th dimension, not the 11th dimension. For Yi Tian, these dimensional fragments are of little use, but they are of great use to the 4th realm, which can help the 4th realm to break through the 5th realm and transform the extra-dimensional realm in the body into dimensional void. Then, Yi Tian put away these 10th dimension fragments and placed them in the human race's treasure house. If anyone wants to rely on them to break through to the 5th realm, he will naturally let them break through. But such a breakthrough will undoubtedly cut off the hope of future advancement, leaving no hope for the 6th realm. Of course, many people only want to advance to the 5th realm and have no hope for the 6th realm. Let's name this 5 realms most powerful secret art sword 11. Yi Tian chose a name. To him, the name doesn't matter, strength is the most important. Chapter 3338 Kill the multi-dimensional life form in the 6th realm. After comprehending the most powerful skills of the 5 realms, Yi Tian's strength has increased to an extremely terrifying level, and that void golden rock should no longer be his opponent. The 11th dimension, the 6th realm of inheritance. Yi Tian came out of it, but he didn't see the void golden rock at the other end. It seems that the void golden rock thought I was dead and left directly. Yi Tian secretly said. He originally wanted to find trouble with the void golden rock, but now it seems he can't find it. The 11th dimension is endless, and the possibility of meeting each other is unlikely unless he has been waiting here, but he doesn't want to do that. In the days that followed, Yi Tian's duplicate body has been searching for resources and treasures in the 11th dimension. Due to the substantial increase in strength, he can defeat ordinary multidimensional beings in the 6th realm, so he is naturally not afraid of danger. Now, he is no longer worried about death. With his current strength, he is enough to protect the survival of the human race. In the days that followed, Yi Tian obtained a large amount of resources for the birth of the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death from many territories, as well as some resources from the 11th dimension, and continuously transported these resources into the 10-dimensional Sky Gate Tower. Some resources he keeps for himself, some are given to his relatives, and a few are given to other powerful humans. Even a few, for them, are unimaginably vast resources, and they can easily create massive extra-dimensional realms. Therefore, even if the powerful human beings in the 10-dimensional Heavenly Gate Tower have no way to get out and have been staying in one place, they have sufficient resources and their strength has skyrocketed. As a result, a large number of 4th realms were born, and even in the 5th realm, a few more would be born soon. This day, Yi Tian also realized the secret art of will in the 11th dimension, Eternal Sword Light and Eternal Pagoda Technique, one for attack and one for defense. After comprehending these two 11th dimensional will skills, Yi Tian's strength improved again. And under the unique skill of will in the 11th dimension, no matter how many clones the enemy has and how deeply hidden they will still be wiped out by him. This is the power of the 11th dimension's secret art of will. Although the most powerful secret art of the 5 realms can also kill the will of the soul, it is not the secret skill of the 11th dimension of will. It cannot cross the void of many dimensions and wipe out the entire body and body like the secret skill of the 11th dimension of will. The power of the 5 realms' most powerful secrets lies in the terrifying attacks, which exert a power that far exceeds the supreme secrets. This day, in the 11th dimension, Yi Tian discovered a multi-dimensional silver fur. It turned out to be a complete multi-dimensional silver fur. Yi Tian was a little surprised. This was a good thing. Previously, the master of Tianwei realm had a complete multi-dimensional silver fur. However, he was tricked by a woman. Not only did he fall, the multi-dimensional silver fur was also taken away, leaving only one small section of multidimensional silver fur. Now, he found a multi-dimensional silver fur, and his luck was really good. Even if his soul will has been promoted to the 11th dimension, the multi-dimensional silver fur is still of some use to him and can temper his soul will. However, there is a 6th-level multi-dimensional life entrenched near this multi-dimensional silver fur. This multi-dimensional life is not very powerful. It is just that Song is an ordinary 6th-level multi-dimensional life. Kill. Yi Tian directly used the most powerful skill of the 5 realms, Sword 11. Boom. The terrifying sword directly penetrated this 6th-level multi-dimensional being, and the sharp sword light strangled its entire will. At this time, the soul will of this 6th-level multi-dimensional being instantly turned into many phantoms and fled to the void of many dimensions at such a speed that ordinary 6th-level beings would not have time to stop it. Want to escape? Dream on. The secret skill of the 11th dimension, Eternal Sword Light. Boo-hoo-hoo. The Eternal Sword Light spans many dimensions and locks its many soul and will clones. In an instant, all these soul and will clones were killed, and no one escaped. At this point, this 6th-level multi-dimensional being died and turned into a corpse. The multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm was killed by me. Yi Tian was deeply moved. Once upon a time, when he saw the corpse of a 6th-level multi-dimensional being, he couldn't even get close to it and would be directly assimilated by it. But now he can easily kill ordinary 6th-level multi-dimensional beings. The corpse of the multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm is of high value. Bring it back to the human race and let the 5th realm or a few 4th realms of the human race understand the super-dimensional rules in it. 0 Please give me flowers. Yi Tian waved his hand and took away the body of the 6th-level multi-dimensional life, and then took away the multi-dimensional silver fur. 10-dimensional Heaven Gate Tower. Human race. A copy of Yi Tian's body came back from the 11th dimension, and brought back the corpse of the 6th-level multi-dimensional life, and placed it inside the 10-dimensional Tiangguan Tower. At this time, the weapon spirits of the 10-dimensional Tiangguan Tower were shocked. Master, did you pick up the corpse of this 6th-level multi-dimensional life form? Qiling Shaoguan asked in surprise. It was killed by me. Yi Tian said lightly. The head. Qiling Shaoguan found it unbelievable. Even the former owner, who was invincible in the 5th realm, encountered a multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm. Even the most common multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm could only save his life. 0. But Yi Tian could kill this 6th-level multi-dimensional being, and judging from the wound, it seemed to be an instant kill. How powerful is the master now? Subsequently, Yi Tian placed the corpse of the 6th-level multi-dimensional life form in one of the voids, and then directly erased the power of the multi-dimensional life form on the other party, thus assimilating the weak creatures. Soon, Yi Tian sent his relatives and a few human beings who were at the peak of the 4th realm to enter here to understand the scales and flesh of the multi-dimensional life forms in the 6th realm, and to understand the super-dimensional rules. Soon, they arrived and saw the huge 6th realm multi-dimensional life form, and they were all shocked. Father, is this a multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm? Yi Xingchen asked. He is already in the 5th realm, so it can naturally be seen that this is not a multi-dimensional life in the 5th realm, it must be the 6th realm. Yes, you can enter here at any time in the future to understand the super-dimensional rules. Yi Tian said. Suddenly, everyone was excited, and they all chose a location to understand the superdimensional rules. Yi Tian's left here. He planned to kill a few more 6th-level multi-dimensional life forms, which would be good for cultivating the human race. At the same time, he is also cultivating the Shishu Golden Plate, striving to upgrade it to the level of 3 or even 4 tribulations as soon as possible. Chapter 3339 Multidimensional Ruined Stone. After another long period of time, the Shishu Golden Plate was finally cultivated by Yi Tian using the Death Tribulation power to reach the level of the 3 Tribulation innate multi-dimensional treasure, and its effect in assisting in understanding the dimensional rules is even better. And as time goes by, Yi Tian obtains more and more resources, but there are more and more battles in the super-dimensional territory. Fighting in the 5th realm is everywhere, even if there is a 5th realm overlord force. All were destroyed. This day, a treasure was born near Kasapa Buddha Gate, which immediately ushered in a fight between 2 multi-dimensional beings in the 6th realm. The battle of multi-dimensional life in the 6th realm was too terrifying and affected too many territories. Even if Kashyapa Buddhism did not want to participate, the force headquarters was still destroyed by the aftermath, and countless creatures perished, including one of the fifth realm. Only a few powerful fifth-level beings were left who relied on powerful innate multi-dimensional 1, 6, and 3 dimensional treasures to escape, and the two sixth-level multi-dimensional beings had no intention of killing them, otherwise they wouldn't have been able to escape. When Yi Tian arrived, the two sixth realms were gone, and the treasure was gone. Another period of time passed. Territory No. 4106. A river was born here, but this river seemed not to be in the current dimension, and it seemed not to be in other dimensions. It looked like illusory electricity, but it seemed real. Swish swish. A name appeared in the fifth realm. These fifth realms were all attracted by this river, and they were all very excited. The multidimensional ruins river has appeared again. If we can find the multidimensional ruins stone in the multidimensional ruins river, we can turn the dimensional void in our body into stone and break through to the sixth realm. A group of fifth realm people said excitedly. Of course, all prerequisites must still meet the requirements for breakthrough. If you cannot even meet the requirements for breakthrough, it will be impossible to break through. At the same time, a large number of fifth-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures appeared, and they also appeared here. At this time, some people in the fifth realm were very hesitant, should they snatch the multi-dimensional ruins stone. Rob, if you can't break through the sixth realm, even if you survive this multi-dimensional catastrophe of death, you may not have any hope of surviving the next multi-dimensional catastrophe of death. Swish swish. They rushed into the duodimensional Shu River one after another, but there were also a few who were not strong in the fifth realm and were very concerned about their lives, so they left one after another. Wow! A figure emerged, and it was Yi Tian. Duoweishu River, Duoweishu Stone, it seems that we have gained something again. The multi-dimensional ruin stone can help the fifth realm break through to the sixth realm, but he will not use foreign objects to break through, but he can keep the multi-dimensional ruin stone and give it to his relatives in the future, so that they can use the multi-dimensional ruin stone to break through to the sixth realm. Wow! Yi Tian immediately escaped into the duodimensional Shu River. The interior of the Duoweishu River is very vast, with countless river waters, but it cannot be touched, as if it is an illusion. However, the vastness of the void here is real. Once you will enter an extremely vast multi-dimensional void. Rumble. The fifth realm people were fighting with those multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures. Soon, the multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures also targeted Yi Tian, but they were killed by him casually. Yi Tian quickly shuttled through the multidimensional ruins river, looking for traces of the multidimensional ruins stone. It should not be difficult to find the multidimensional ruins stone. After all, the multidimensional ruins stone is the only physical treasure in the multidimensional ruins river, so it is naturally easy to sense. Time passes slowly. Soon, somewhere along the Duoweishu River, a fierce battle broke out. Yi Tian shuttled over and saw several fifth-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures fighting with 7 or 8 fifth-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures, and there was a multi-dimensional ruin stone here. Although the multi-dimensional ruin stone is an entity and can be taken away, it is not easy to take it away. The connection between the multi-dimensional ruin stone and the multi-dimensional ruin river is very deep. The connection point between the illusion and the real dimension must be cut off before the multi-dimensional ruin stone can be connected with the multi-dimensional ruin river. The Duoweishu River separates. The general strength of the fifth realm is not strong, and it takes a long time to separate the multi-dimensional ruin stone and the multi-dimensional ruin river. But now, with the obstacles of these fifth-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures, these fifth-level people have no time to separate the multi-dimensional ruins stone and the multi-dimensional ruins river. Yi Tian immediately took action, instantly killing these fifth-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures, and then grabbed the multi-dimensional ruin stone with one hand. Open. Yi Tian gently pulled away the connection between the reality and the illusory dimension between the multi-dimensional ruin stone and the multi-dimensional ruin river. Seeing this scene, the other fifth realms were stunned. Yi Tian's strength really exceeded their expectations. He instantly killed these multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures in the fifth realm and grabbed the multi-dimensional ruin stone with one hand. What kind of terrifying strength this requires? Although they have seen Yi Tian take action more than once, they are shocked every time. Moreover, this time Yi Tian is obviously more powerful and it is easier to kill the multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures in the fifth realm. Do you have any objection to me taking away the multi-dimensional ruin stone? Yi Tian asked calmly. No. No objection. These fifth realms lowered their heads one after another, not daring to look at Yi Tian. How dare they have any objections? Yi Tian can kill them all unless they want to die. Wow. Yi Tian left. At this time, a person from the fifth realm said with emotion, the realm master Yi Tian has obtained the multi-dimensional ruin stone, and his soul will has reached the 11th dimension, and the dimension rule realm has also reached the standard. If he attacks the 6th realm, he will now you can impact. So, another 6th level superdimensional realm is about to be born. They are extremely envious of Yi Tian, and they also want to become the 6th superdimensional realm. After obtaining the multi-dimensional ruin stone, Yi Tian left. According to his understanding, the duo-dimensional ruins river can only produce one multi-dimensional ruin stone. Continuing to search for it is a waste of time. Soon, other fifth realms also left. There are many fifth realm multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures here, and without the multi-dimensional ruins 5.1 stones, there is no point in continuing to take risks and stay here. Returning to the 10-dimensional Tianguan Tower, Yi Tian continued to practice and comprehend the rules of dimensions. Tens of millions of extra-dimensional epochs have passed, and the 10-shuttle golden plate has transformed again, becoming an innate multi-dimensional treasure of the four tribulations with even better effects. In the following years, 6th-level multi-dimensional beings entered the extra-dimensional territory one after another, leading to the death of some 5th-level beings. Especially in the later stages of the multidimensional tribulation of death, the frequency of the appearance of 6th-realm multidimensional beings is somewhat high. Although there are only a few 6th-realm multidimensional beings, they appear again and again. Hundreds of millions of extra-dimensional eras later, the multidimensional catastrophe of death is almost over. This is the most dangerous time, because it is easy to give birth to amazing treasures, but they are all leading to a great battle in the 6th realm. Chapter 3340 The multidimensional catastrophe of death is over. The final moments of the multidimensional catastrophe of death. Territory No. 4000. A vine was born, and after it was born, it grew rapidly. Not long after, a 5th-level multidimensional catastrophe creature was entangled by the vine, and then was sucked dry of everything. From then on, the vine continued to grow rapidly, becoming larger than an extra-dimensional world, and continued to expand. It scared a nearby overlord-level extra-dimensional force to immediately take away a group of creatures and escape, and most of them gave up. No one from the 5th realm dares to get close. Everyone can see that this vine is too terrifying and cannot be dealt with by the 5th realm. First timing, Yi Tian came here, saw the vine, and immediately guessed its origin. It turns out to be an object of dimensional rules, and it is so huge. Its value is countless times higher than the object of dimensional rules owned by the Lord of Tianwei Realm, and its value is definitely no less than that of ordinary dimensional treasures. Yi Tian estimated. He did not take action immediately, but was still waiting. He can see that this dimensional rule thing has not really grown up yet, and it will take some time to grow. If it is killed now, the value of 05 will be much lower. And he sensed that besides him, there were more than one 6th-level superdimensional realm lurking nearby. The 6th realm of extra-dimensional realms should come from the upper realm. Yi Tian secretly said. Time passed slowly, and more 5th-level multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures were strangled and absorbed by this vine. Moreover, there are secretly the 6th realm driving away some 5th realm multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures, causing the last batch of 5th realm multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures to die in the multi-dimensional catastrophe to be fewer and fewer. Millions of extra-dimensional epochs have passed, and the multi-dimensional catastrophe creatures in the 5th realm have become very rare, and this vine has finally completely transformed and become a true dimensional regular object. This day, the transformation of this vine is complete. First timing. Boom. 3 6th realm and 4 6th realm multi-dimensional beings took action at the same time, snatching the vine one after another. Everyone, give me Shangqing Yu Palace a face and give me this dimensional rule thing. A 6th-level super-dimensional person spoke. Roll. The other 6th realms roared angrily. As for those 6th-level multi-dimensional beings, it is even more impossible to give face to the 6th-level being from Shangqing Yu Palace. They come from the 11th dimension and have nothing to do with the upper realm of the super-dimensional territory, and there is no need to be afraid of them. Qingyu Palace. Kill. These 6th realms fought each other just to compete for this vine. This vine itself also has offensive power, second only to the 6th realm, but it is not enough to face these 6th realms. In an instant, one attack after another shattered the vegetable tree. Wow! Yi Tian also took action, grabbing a section of vine immediately, and then quickly put it away. Court death. The other sixth realms saw Yi Tian and even the fifth realm dared to snatch it, so they hit Yi Tian with a casual blow, trying to kill Yi Tian. However, they underestimated Yi Tian. Their casual blows couldn't shake Yi Tian at all, and Yi Tian directly used the strongest secret skill of the 5 realms to hit one of them in the 6th realm. Sword 11. This powerful secret skill of the 5th realm broke out and directly penetrated all the defenses of the 6th realm. Puff. Half of the 6th level man's body was almost annihilated, his whole body was cracking, and there was blood in his mouth. He couldn't stop the injuries. He directly activated an escape object, which turned into a ray of light and disappeared. Yi Tian didn't chase the other party, he had more important things to do. Rumble. Everyone in the 6th realm was shocked by Yi Tian's strongest secret skill in the 5th realm. They besieged Yi Tian one after another, but they could not defeat Yi Tian. A 6th level man directly activated the 11th dimensional willpower secret skill to attack Yi Tian, and Yi Tian also used the 11th dimensional willpower secret skill Eternal Pagoda technique to easily resist their attack. After a while, a 6th level multi-dimensional being was seriously injured by Yi Tian and was about to die. The other person had nothing to protect his life and quickly fell. Escape. The other people in the 6th realm fled one after another. It was because Yi Tian was too powerful and they were no match at all. As soon as they left, Yi Tian cut off the vines by the roots and took them all away. The harvest this time is good. Such a huge dimensional rule object can be distributed to my relatives and even some powerful human beings with great potential. Even if it is traded in the future, it can be exchanged for enough wealth. Yi Tian was in a very good mood. In the years that followed, the multidimensional catastrophe of death was almost over, and there were no more dangerous things. At this time, those in the 5th realm also dared to come out, wanting to take advantage of the end to harvest some resources. This day, the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death has completely ended, and the power of death tribulation has begun to dissipate. Only a few places retain the original power of death tribulation, which is a restricted area that ordinary extra-dimensional realms dare not enter. Another period of time passed, and the superdimensional territories began to be reborn. At this moment, Yi Tian led the human race to the territory of more than 4,000, and then released the strong men of the human race, allowing them to occupy the superdimensional territories. In this regard, other surviving forces did not dare to say anything. A long period of time has passed, and many extra-dimensional territories have been reborn. Countless extra-dimensional worlds have been born, and the footprints of the human race can be found in countless extra-dimensional worlds. As for other forces, how many people are left? They are less than a fraction of the human race. Ever since the human race began to multiply vigorously, countless human races multiplied and occupied a large amount of territory. Gradually, many super-dimensional territories became lively. However, it was no longer a scene of hundreds of flowers blooming and all kinds of prosperity. Instead, the human race was the dominant family, and Jinping was the human race. The super-dimensional territory. Tens of millions of extra-dimensional epochs of time have passed. The number of humans has skyrocketed by hundreds of thousands of times and is spread throughout the entire extra-dimensional territory. The scope of other forces has been suppressed to the point where it is difficult to make any progress at all. Moreover, Yi Tian used the resources obtained during the multi-dimensional catastrophe of death as rewards and cultivated some 5th realms. Gradually, the number of 5th realm human beings has exceeded 10. This day, Yi Tian's son Yi Xingchen finally understood the rules of the 1st dimension. It cost Yi Tian a lot of resources, but at least he understood the rules of the 1st dimension. Then, Yi Tian gave Yi Xingchen a piece of dimensional rules and asked him to use the dimensional rules to understand the dimensional rules, and handed over the trivial matters of the human race to Yi Xingchen to manage. He cultivates with peace of mind and improves the realm of dimensional rules. He wants to understand the 8th dimensional rules.